No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I got some of the realest ones in the business with me, across from me.
Mr. Ruga, the head shooter.
Rell.
Yes, sir. J.R. Wright in the building.
J.R. Writer, the writer of writers, and a surprise.
40 Cal was good.
40.
They brought 40 Cal with them.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we do. Got
Very
my guy
nice.
with us.
Very
gang
nice.
here.
Some
God with us.
respectable,
Right.
respectable young chaps,
Yes,
if you
sir.
will.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Young
looking.
spitters.
Good looking for having me.
No doubt. How y'all feeling?
Feel
So great.
beautiful,
This is
man.
a pleasure, man. I mean, we're friends besides this interview, so this is so dope to just be talking to you, like, in an interview form.
Yeah.
Because we do this besides interview, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, Rell and I kicked it back. That must have been 2017.
facts.
I pulled up. What was that building called that we were in?
1199.
Okay.
Yep.
I pulled
Harlem.
up. I'm like, oh my God, they got
He
me
was
in the
in Harlem.
projects.
He was
So
in
you was
the-
in
He
1199?
was in the trap.
great.
In the hood, by himself.
Screen
Screen
printing.
He's
They're
verified.
like, they're screen printing shirts on one floor. They got the
Yeah, he
we're
was
hanging
in
out.
Duke House.
Shout
Shout out to
the
Duke
Nas.
the God.
Shout out to Duke the God, man. That's why I said Adam is verified, man.
Shout
You
out to
guys be
Davies, too.
this internet shit. Don't get it fucked up, man. He's been in the trap, no security, his jury on.
Right.
He's verified, man.
I may have had jewelry at that time. I don't know. I
Nah,
just
you,
remember
you had a nice little ring on.
we got drunk as fuck.
We was pissed. We
That
was
was
pissy
great.
drunk.
Amazing time.
Duke was so fucking shit faced.
Duke was the drunkest one by far. But that was a beautiful thing to see because we were really kicking it like off
Right.
camera.
Right.
And I'm around like all y'all and y'all were still really fucking with each other. And that was, I mean, y'all two weren't there.
You
So
got-
it wasn't
you got
that
to witness the
concise, but
camaraderie.
Yeah. It was a beautiful thing
Dope shit.
for sure. Yeah, man, like let me just paint the picture for y'all. I mean, maybe Rell understands this, but as a young man, it was Dipset, everything.
Nah, it was crazy.
It was every fucking mixtape, really getting on the train just to go to Canal Street, just to cop some mixtapes and not even knowing if I was buying real ones or bootleg ones because I was stupid, et cetera, et cetera.
That's
like,
dope.
that
You know-
was one of the most powerful times in my life as a rap fan, for sure.
And
It's dope.
we appreciate that. And I got a chance to experience that yesterday because we was riding to, I guess we was going somewhere and we was just listening to old Diplomat songs. And I was listening to old songs that I did with 40 and JR. And
Classics.
Classic. And we don't listen to our own music as artists.
Especially the old stuff. or
Yeah, we
the
don't
old-
listen to that shit.
Right.
I don't-
Sometimes.
but I don't
Yeah.
go back and listen to my old album or my first album.
Right.
So when you hear it after 5 or 6, 7 years, you're like, damn, I said that? Or damn, J.R. Writer killed it like that?
Right.
Or damn, 40 said that?
I have to
so
take the credit
it's
for
like
that.
it's like timeless music. And it's like, damn, niggas, our old shit is better than niggas' new shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I take the credit for that. I had the car.
You always want the credit.
Sorry, so I gotta get
This
a
ain't no
flower.
credit thing, man.
Let me get one flower,
This ain't
right?
drink champs. You ain't got to get your flowers.
I had,
man.
I
This
had,
does feel
I
like
had
drink
my,
champs.
I had my
Right?
joint play. I had the aux chord with
Shout out to
the
Dory.
with my warm up list, and when I work out, so I got the old Dipset joints. So I say, let me play this and remind people what we used to do when I got it's not often that I have my brother Rell and JR in the car. So
Yeah, you
so
put
they
it on
just-
when we was in the gym.
Yeah, you mind blew me. I was mind blown hearing those records.
Nah, I just
because
wanna do it
I
with
doubt Denzel watches all his old fucking movies. I doubt Brad Pitt goes and watches all his old fucking
Yeah,
movies.
Jordan don't watch all his
I
old
doubt Tom
games.
Cruise goes and watches all the fucking Missions Impossibles. You understand what I'm saying? So it might come on one day and he'd be like, oh shit,
I did that.
I did that? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like going on a roller coaster ride, like, damn, wow. I went up, now it came down, and I got to see, the accomplishments and the milestones that we achieved.
100%. Because from your perspective, it's like you just keep getting better at making music. But then meanwhile, if you go back and look at that time and you hear that production that you were genuinely
Right.
hyped on at the time that sounds so old to you now.
But
see the
et
progress.
cetera.
Adam, I'm
You
so
see
much
the
of a
progress.
street nigga. I be like, mad niggas be running up on me, yo, Rell, yo. And I'm like, why the fuck I be getting so much attention? I ain't Jay-Z or something. And then when I go listen to my old music, I'll be like, oh, I was saying some hot ass shit. That's why niggas fuck with me. Because I don't listen to my old music.
Right.
If a nigga listens to his own music, he's so narcissist, he's conceited, he just got too much fucking time on his hand.
Right.
When I understood Tupac's process of recording, because I study hip hop, I heard Tupac recorded the record, heard it one time, and then said, load the next beat up. Prior to him coming to Death Row, Snoop and Corrupt record a record and listen to the shit the whole motherfucking night.
Right.
Tupac came there and said, load the next beat up. What we doing?
Right.
And then that made Snoop and Corrupt's work ethic step up because they said, damn, this nigga Pac coming in here doing 4 or 5 songs a night.
Right.
We doing one song and just listening to it thinking we got a hit. And Pac knocking 4 or 5 out.
Right.
He listening to it at the end of the night.
He listened to it at the end of the night. He said, let the engineer mix that shit down. I hear it when I come back. My job is to record, not to sit here and listen to my music. And once I heard Pac said that, I said, damn, that's some real dope shit. So now I don't even listen to my music. I hear it one time, all right, that's cool, now I know the legs beat up. And then when I come in the studio the next day, the engineer has it sounding like a masterpiece, and then that's when we listen to it.
But okay, tell me this. Do you think that that is one of the biggest things that, you know, people always say rap music used to be better than it is today, but I think the biggest change in terms of how rap music is made is that people used to, you know, craft a verse for a couple days or however long. Right. Now they get in there, they make 10 songs in a night. Like, I'm sure all of y'all could make 10 songs in a night if you wanted to.
But that's for professional use only.
Yeah, we rather quality over quantity.
Yeah,
you know, but I don't knock that.
4 or 5 bullshit ass records ain't nothing.
But
That's like
but
going
to
in
be
the
real,
kitchen and baking 10 pies that taste like a piece of shit.
like I just was in Rolling Loud in Miami not too long ago, and I got respect for those artists. You know what I mean? Because I know it's just like it's hard to come up with bars and punchlines and be lyrical. It's hard to come up with them catchy records.
It is, and
them catchy flows.
And I don't mean to cut you
because
right
if it
off.
wasn't, then you know all the lyrical rappers would be doing it. I mean, you still got a handful of rappers that do it, but I respect those guys.
And like
you know
Jadakiss has said a quotable. He said, "Man, I done said everything I could possibly say." Ask a nigga in your camp who's hotter than Jay. Niggas done said everything they could possibly say. So these young niggas done came up with their own form of way of communicating and their own slangs and their ad-libs. And like, I love the shit out of motherfucking Fabio ad-libs. I did!
Perkhead.
What? Them ad-libs is out the fucking roof. And I'm not an ad-lib nigga. I might say, yeah, or whoa. These young niggas' ad-libs is out the fucking roof. And I'm loving it.
I like that.
And that wasn't from the era I came from. Jeezy introduced it to Chopper Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, ad-libs was a very hard thing for a nigga to get to like besides your records. If you a nigga like your ad-libs besides your music, you a dope ass fucking artist. How many times niggas Gucci got niggas saying "brr"?
Right.
That's an ad-lib. That's not a fucking song.
Right.
So if you got a nigga saying your ad-lib, that's very influential.
But it's a lot easier to remember an ad-lib than a whole bar or a whole verse.
The ad-lib
you know?
has to be catchy though.
Oh yeah, it's tough because there's been a lot of different rappers who came up off of saying "yeah" differently as an ad-lib. A lot of different yeahs.
Yeah.
Look at Lil Durk. Man, what? That ad-lib is out the roof. And these new producers with their tags, take key, fuck that. Producers wasn't doing that back in the days.
But when y'all came out, it seems weird in retrospect because it seems pretty clear that y'all are like very lyrical in comparison to a lot of the people that are popping these days. But when y'all came out, it was almost like a rejection of what had come before lyrically in a lot of ways. Like where, you know, I just heard you talking about in another interview how y'all came with the style of saying the same word over and over and just enunciating it differently and having it mean something
different
and the same
meanings,
thing. When I always think about Joel's coming out, like he simplified his
the
raps
bar
down
was
so
set.
much.
You gotta realize we're in New York City.
Yeah.
You have Jay-Z, you have Fabulous, you have Nas, you have Cameron, you have all these giants in New York City that we're trying to come into the game and, you know, come behind and be stars and shit. So the bar is so fucking high in New York that we trying to write the hottest shit that we could fucking say in our life. So at that particular time, 40 Cal, Jail Writer, Rell, those songs that we was writing, that was some of the most hottest shit we was writing because we was trying to impress the Cam'rons, the Jay-Z's, and you know, because we knew our music was gonna be heard.
As far as Joel, shouts to Joel's. As far as
he
Joel's,
was in his bag.
Can I say
he was
something
different.
to what you
the
were
reason
saying?
why he dumbed it down is because he wanted to make his music more crowd friendly. He wanted crowd participation. That's why he added the A. Like I literally was in those sessions when he was dumbing down those
and
records.
that's a phrase he coined to Can't Even Front.
Yeah, shout out Jewels.
A. A lot of niggas ran with A.
A is still going strong.
Gotta put respect on Jewel's name on that.
You know what I learned?
They
said I learned the stat, right?
It had the big A chain. Stupid bussy A chain.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Like,
look, I learned the real quick. However, I learned the stat that they said that being a rapper in New York, it's harder than being in the NBA.
Hell fucking yeah.
People got to think about that.
Hell
being
yeah,
a
man.
Rapper, being an actual rapper in a name in New York where everybody rap, you know, your cousin down the block, somebody knows somebody that rap in their family, whatever the case, or somebody on their block.
Right.
So having a name, that's just something in itself, you know, and that's not saying any demographic everywhere is easier. You know what I'm saying? But I know New York is hard.
40, I'm gonna break something down to you. And this relates to rap. I watched the interview, right? Isaiah Thomas said he got into the motherfucker elevator with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan didn't speak. And he thought Michael Jordan was being an asshole and being cocky. And Michael Jordan said, I was so shocked and a fan that I was in a fucking elevator with Isaiah Thomas, I didn't know what to say to him. And Isaiah Thomas took it as a snob, like Michael Jordan too fucking important to talk to me. And it was just a big music communication. Isaiah Thomas was like, Michael Jordan was like, I was so fucking mesmerized being with him, I didn't know what to say. So you saw how that get misconstrued? And it's the same thing in New York. I'll be singing a Fabulous song or singing a nigga record and see him in the store and won't say nothing to him. Because that's the temperature in New York. You don't want to look like a groupie. You don't want to look like you on his dick. But I was just listening to the nigga music an hour ago, right?
Right.
I could have been bumping rowdy music and see the nigga across the street, but I'm not gonna walk over there because we ain't got a relationship.
New York.
He's on fire. But I'm not going, New York niggas are not gonna establish a relationship that's not there. If there's not a mutual to say, yo, this my nigga, we're not just gonna walk up like, yo, bro, I'm a fan. It happens rare in between, but that's not the temperature in New York.
Right.
So a nigga could be listening to your music 5 minutes and see you and won't say shit to you in New York. And that's kind of weird, but that's the temperature in New York.
Yeah.
Because I've done it.
Y'all were beefing with Nas.
I wasn't beefing with Nas. I was part of a
fans,
group
right?
that was beefing with Nas.
I wasn't beefing with. Shouts to Nas.
I wasn't beefing with Nas. I was a part of a group that had beef with
But
Nas.
you had some bars in there, right?
Never took a shot at that.
That was Jewels and Killer, but you know that they
Never.
squashed that though.
I mean, not
they
saying
squashed
that they what took place, what was in history, but nah, I've never took a shot at
Hey,
Nas.
yo, the irony, we was at Sweet Chicks yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we just went
Set up.
Sweet Chicks.
Shouts to
And it
Nas
was
because
playing
that
Dipset.
fool was crazy. That fool was everything.
If you hated Nas, you'd be in hard times because
I
you
grew
couldn't
up
even
on
have
Nas,
the Ring
man.
app outside your house. You
I
couldn't
grew
have the
up on
camera outside your
Nas.
crib because
Oh,
he
he
owns part of
owns
that.
Ring?
He's an
Damn.
investor on that. I didn't know until
Say
the
that
other day.
again?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
fire.
on Ring?
My girls had that app for years and I never knew.
I seen his investment with Coinbase. That was
Yeah,
big.
Silicon.
Exactly. I use that every day.
His
Yeah,
Silicon
yeah.
Valley
Hell yeah.
endeavors done paid off. Salute to Nas.
That's bananas.
Super bananas.
Okay, but that's the question is, what keeps y'all dedicated to the music where even within the Diplomats, there's a whole fuckload of people who are basically you guys as peers at one point who probably have no interest in making music or have completely just gotten disconnected from it, but y'all are still very much part of the culture, still care about putting out music that you're excited about. Like what's the difference that kept y'all motivated?
As far as me,
might
like
be a little different for everybody.
I
But
love rap. Like, you know, I love rap more than I love the money I make or the fame I'm getting from it. Like, I got a studio in my crib, and I don't even feel right if I'm not in the studio for at least 12 hours a day.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow,
so,
fuck.
Yeah, I'm writing and I'm trying to always elevate my pen. I'm always trying to out-rap everybody.
Like, me and him get into arguments because I'll be trying to call him to talk about, like, business and other shit. He be like, Rug, I'm writing. I'm like, then you're writing all fucking day, man?
Wow.
I can't even get you on the fucking
I'm
phone.
I'm trying to
But I
crack
know
every code.
I know he takes his crafts that serious, so I don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, I've been rapping since I was 9 years old, 10 years old. So it's I don't see myself retiring. You know what I mean? I don't ever.
Writer.
Definitely. I mean, if anything, the whole Verzuz era has kind of shown us that there's still a shitload of appreciation for people from generations before, you know?
Hell yeah.
I'm in a comfortable space as far as me. Me right now in my life is where I don't got to record financially. know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, you know, in an artist's career, it's like, damn, I need this next deal. I need this next 300,000 or this next 500,000 so I can pay these bills or buy a new car, or do this or do that. That's not the point I'm at in life.
Right.
I'm well off. We're blessed. God has been showing us love. And I'm recording from a comfortable point.
Right.
When you don't got to record from a financial standpoint, your music comes out retarded. Like Jay-Z.
You think?
Does Jay rap for the money?
No.
So he's saying whatever the fuck he wants.
That's fair.
Depends on the person.
Because I look at it.
No,
I
but
look
I'm just
at
saying,
rappers
is he-
like MMA fighters, where as soon as they get rich and famous,
Right.
they fall off. They get knocked out by
I
somebody.
will believe that, yes.
You know?
But if you have the money and you don't have to rap, that means you can say whatever the fuck you want.
It depends, because you got people like J. Cole and Kendrick that they got
It's
money.
the love for the sport.
They got money already, and they still pushing the pen. They still raising the bar.
They've created a brand where they get to rap exactly how they want, and the fans are actually reactive to that. And
Facts.
really, if you look at Jay, what's fire about Jay doing the 444 album versus like a lot of shit that we've seen aging rappers do? A lot of times a rapper like, you know, I ain't listened to like every late stage LL album. I'm pretty sure that if you were to like dig through that, you'd find him sort of pandering to the new sound a lot. That's why it was
Absolutely.
amazing to hear
Absolutely.
Jay do something that was like really raw and you really believe like this is the shit that he fucks with.
Right,
Facts,
right,
facts.
right. That's a fact. That's a
For a
fact.
fact, man.
Full fact.
Definitely. How was the Verzuz thing? I seen y'all there, but they didn't call in the recruits to but were they even allowed? Would that have been fair? Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's one thing that like Cam and Jimmy and shit have is that they have a whole fuckload of artists that they developed who are very much beloved by the fans. Whereas
Right.
with Jadakiss and Styles and them, I mean, I do recall the J Hood era,
Right.
But
we all do, yep.
I don't know that they have like a lot of artists that would be appreciated like the way you guys would be.
Right.
Right. As far as the verses, we were supposed to be. I was trying to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
Shouts to Jim. I spoke to Jim about it a few days or maybe 2 weeks prior. But I didn't. I didn't get a call back. I ended up calling hitting my brother Fred, and he reached out to somebody that worked for Triller. Shouts to Mystic Zach.
Shout out to Mrs. Zach.
Mystic Zach.
My boy.
Yeah, shouts to my guy Mystic Zach. But
Go for it.
May I?
what Triller was doing, they had a boxing match before the Verzuz.
Oh, really?
They had
Yeah.
a main event. Yeah, so
A lot of
basically
people
they had
didn't know
us.
there was a boxing match prior to the Verzuz.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
so basically, Mystic Zach set it up to where he was gonna have us walk out the main event, which is Michael Hunter, my guy Michael
Shout out to
Bounty
Michael
Hunter.
Hunter.
Shouts to Michael Hunter, and
Fourth round knockout.
yeah, so we performed the best out, and you know we came across a few bumps in the road or whatever, but Mystic Zach made it happen, and you know yeah, it was dope. You know people thought we was gonna get left out as far as the whole Verzuz thing. So to see us pull up and still perform and still kill it and still have announcers like, oh, that's J.R. Ryder, that's Hell Rell, 40 Cal. Like even the announcers, when I watched back the live stream, we got to see the announcers is going crazy. Like, oh snap, you know what I mean? To see
It's kind
to
of like
see
we
us
got
come
the
out.
look, but without having to be on the stage with them.
And then we went to our ringside seats and we sat and watched the Verzuz after.
Right.
You know what I mean? We went backstage as well. We went to dressing room. You know, we made our presence felt.
Right.
You know, so love.
But at the end of the day, man, you know,
But it just didn't happen.
yeah, but at the end of the day, this is a business, Adam.
Right.
And Cam is a businessman.
Right.
And, you know, just being real, I don't do business with Cam
Oh, okay.
at this particular moment. Not saying that we're not cool. He put me in the game. I'm forever loyal and grateful, but we just don't do business today as it stands.
Right.
That doesn't mean that there's a beef or an issue.
Right.
So maybe I didn't fit into his business plan or we didn't, which is cool.
When did you stop doing business? What led to y'all not doing
No,
business?
I'm just saying I only had a one-off deal with him. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't like I was signed to him.
So you've been out of communication for a long time?
I mean, I kind of went through a lot of tragic shit in my own life, Adam.
Right.
Around the time when we was running around, I lost my mother, my father, and my grandmother the same year.
Fuck.
You feel me?
Brutal.
So once that happened, I was like, man, fuck hip hop, man. None of this shit mean nothing, man. I got my daughters crying, talking about where's grandma. Like, shit just became real. Like, all this Hell Rell shit just came to an end. You feel me? I just started losing myself. I fell into a deep depression. Because you know the famous saying, what they say, that boy ain't never been the same since his mother died, right? Well, try your mother, your father, and your grandmother.
Fuck.
All in 1 year.
And you had just got done dealing with your legal issues around that time, or I'm sure you were still dealing with them.
Shit like that. So, and just going through a bunch of bullshit, clout chasing, and just a whole bunch of nonsense in my life. And I really didn't give a fuck about hip hop at that time.
If you could talk to somebody who's in that state though that you were in at that moment, like in all y'all careers, what advice would you give to a guy who's early 20s, got a shitload of talent, getting introduced to the game? Like I'm sure you do have those conversations with young artists. Like what kind of shit do you tell them?
I mean, you gotta have a good support system. You gotta have a good support system because depression is real. I used to thought that shit was a fucking myth. I'm like, depressed? What the fuck is depression? I thought that was some white people shit they made up. Like, just keeping it real. Like I've never experienced depression in the ghetto. I never heard a nigga in the ghetto say I'm depressed. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I
The
definitely.
funny part is
that was the exclusive terrain of white people for a long ass time, which is unfortunate. But
I used to see commercials, manic depression or depression. I'm like, what the fuck is depression? Like, I ain't never experienced no shit like that. Black niggas don't experience depression. And then when I finally became depressed, I said, oh shit, this what this shit is. My mom's died. I ain't want to shower. I ain't want to leave the house. I ain't want to write a rap. Fucking music came on. I ain't listen to music for the whole 2018.
Really?
Music, period.
Wow. No music.
No music. No music. Because certain songs had me thinking about my mother, my father, my grandmother. And I just didn't listen to music for the whole year 2018. And Broski called me, like, yo, Ruger, man, snap out of that shit, man. The streets want to hear you again, man. Let's go make your mother and your father proud.
Right.
And we put out the Upstage, and they've been lit ever since.
That's fire. It's good to hear. What has kept y'all close in comparison to some other people?
We always was around each other. You know what I'm saying? 40 Cal was always a street nigga getting money. Like me and J.R. Ryder had our deals before him, but 40 Cal always had street money. So
40
he
got
never
his
missed
deal
a
like a
beat.
few months after.
He got his a few months after, but 40 always had the latest whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever latest car, latest chain. So it looked like he had a deal when he didn't have a deal.
We pretty
You know what I'm
much
saying?
was the artists. Like Jim, Cam, and Jewels, they was execs. They had, ownership and Dipset. Like as far as they had titles, CEOs, president, vice president.
And it was
we
kind
were
of
the
different
artists.
to me because
You
it
get
was
what I'm saying?
it was like
so we had that connection.
It was more.
just
It
through
was.
that.
It was. I'm gonna cut you off, right?
That's
It was
okay.
more camaraderie when I went to jail. You gotta realize, I met Cam in 2001 through Luca Brasi.
That's it, right in front
I
of
was
me.
trapping in New London, Connecticut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was trapping. I caught a case. I went on a run. I came to New York. Luca Brasi said, "Man, come to the Hill. Come fuck with me. Let's chill out. Chill out. I know you want to run. Just come hang out with me." And Uncasa put out an independent album called a Piff album. I gotta really give it to him. This motherfucker was independent before independent. He used to have people buy his mixtape and sign the book. So he'll have the signature of all the people who bought the book.
Oh, wow.
And I'd be like, damn, let me see the book. And the book have like 7 to 8, 9 fucking pages of niggas who signed the book. You can't only sign the book unless you made a purchase. So whoever signed the book made the purchase. And it's like 8 or 9 fucking 10 fucking pages. So I'm like, damn, you really got niggas out here buying this shit? He like, yeah. So I'm like, wow, I like this shit. You really making money off of rap? He like, yeah, Ruger, independently. The Piff album.
Right.
Him and Kiani, I couldn't believe that shit. And then he had booked a studio session. I think him and Luca Brasi, they had did a freestyle to Cameron's song. When he had first got signed on The Rock, they had did that song with Benny Siegel and Bleak. I turned 8 to 20, 22 on 100.
Yeah.
I did a freestyle over that with Uncasa. And Luca Brasi played it for Cam. And Cam already knew Uncasa because Cam used to come to 145th from Broadway. And Uncasa used to always be out there with Luca Brasi selling his CDs, fresh to death, getting money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he played the freestyle. So Cam was like, oh, okay, that's but who's the second nigga? And Luca Brasi was like, oh, that's my nigga from the Bronx.
Right.
He's like, call that nigga right now. And Luca Brasi called me. I'm in the Bronx just chilling. You know, I gotta turn myself in. I'm on a run. I'm on a run from New London. My life is in shambles right now, nigga. I'm about to go to jail. And I get a call from Luca Brasi talking about Cameron just heard my freestyle. Come to the 145th from Broadway. I'm like, yo, Luca, stop fucking playing with me, man. I ain't got time for no games, man. My life too real right now, nigga.
Right.
He like, oh, you don't believe me? And put Cam on the phone. Hey, yo, this Cam, B. Yo, what's up? I just heard that new freestyle, B. Come to the hill. I'm like, oh shit, I know this voice. I'm listening to this voice all my fucking life as a rap fan. So I'm like, oh shit, it's really Cam. So I went down there, met the nigga. He had the rock chain on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit is really real. Put me in the car with him. We rode out, he kicked it. He like, yo, what's up? Yo, you nice, B. What's going on in your life? No tone, I was doing, I was on a run or whatever. Took me to baseline. That shit was amazing. I'm like, oh shit. So this is Jay-Z 2002 baseline. You know what I mean? J.L. Ryder's still in the streets. He getting street money.
So you were around.
J.L. Ryder
before
is
him?
around.
Okay. Oh, he's around.
As
but-
this is taking place in my life, J.L. Ryder is around. He's on 145th for Broadway. He's moving around getting street money.
But how serious are you taking rap at that?
No,
time?
he's on fire.
Oh,
He's been
okay.
in a group called Loose Cannons. Like, he's underground
I met
fire.
him before he met Cam.
Me and him knew each other before we met Cam.
Okay.
It's just so happens I landed on.
I met him and
One
French.
Yeah.
French Montana.
Me and
He was
French
in the group.
Montana was friends.
I was in a
Me and
group
French
with,
Montana was in a group before I even met Cam
Oh, I
or
did not
anybody.
know that.
Yeah, I was in a
Yeah.
group with Fred the Godson. Rest in peace.
Ah, rest in peace,
Yeah.
man.
Me and
That
Fred
was
the
my
Godson
guy.
is my man. Rest in peace.
I know when I was
Me
15.
me and Fred the Godson split for Lenny S. of Rockefeller. My man Naj, shout out to Naj, who used to manage Vado. He took us down there, and me and him split for Lenny S. Lenny S had a chick, and he was more interested in that girl than me freestyling. And I always bring that shit up to him when I see him. I said, yeah, nigga, look, I could have been on the rock.
Right.
Use more attention, because I was rapping for him. And he's like, I mean, when you rapping for somebody and they're not paying attention to you, and you're an artist, that shit pisses you off. You're like,
Oh,
why the
yeah.
fuck you ain't listening to my
That's
bars?
gonna be so hard to deal with.
He got a badass bitch. You know, he's Lenny S. Rockefeller, he's in his glory. And I'm rapping and he not giving me no eye contact. And I'm like, I'm getting mad. But he noticed I'm getting mad. He like, nah, I'm listening, keep rapping. So I'm still rapping. You know what I'm saying? Then I get mad and I stop. Because I'm like, this nigga not paying attention to me, man. I wish Jay-Z was in here, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then Fred rapped for him. He like, yo, y'all nice. Then Beanie Siegel came in. He was like, yo, y'all niggas is nice. And then once Beanie Siegel paid attention to us, Lenny S started paying attention to us.
Well, competition.
You know what I'm saying? So that's me and Lenny S' little joke. Like, you could have signed me to Rockefeller. He'd be laughing when I say that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because prior to me meeting him, my man Naj took me to spit for Lenny S. But, you know, things happen for a reason. I ended up in Baseline anyway. Fast forward, I'm in there with Cam. And that shit was just amazing. Walking in Baseline, seeing fucking Jay-Z playing cards with Juan and Bleak walking around with 3 Rockefeller chains on and Freeway in the room recording and Oskino and Sparks in another room recording. And I'm like, damn, I really made it to the fucking major leagues. I was just selling fucking heroin in New London. Now I'm in Baseline with Rockefeller. This shit is fucking amazing.
Right.
You feel me?
That's amazing.
This shit was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So I was just playing my part. And Cam was hungry, I ain't gonna lie. He'd go in there and like, yo, we knocking our records out, man. Fuck that, let's work. We, you know, let's show these niggas we came to work. And I liked it, that work ethic, because he didn't come to Rockefeller just to be happy to be down with Rockefeller. Not saying that's not a stat, who wouldn't want to be happy. But I came to work too, though. I came to put this work in and show you niggas I came to get busy. And he made me a part of that process. And that's how I was on This Is What I Do and like 3 other records of the first Diplomatic Immunity album. And then I told a nigga, Alan, I kept it real, because I had to turn myself in. So I'm like, damn, I'm doing all the songs with this nigga Cam. I gotta go to jail. I gotta do it 1 to 3.
Right.
I don't know how the fuck this nigga gonna take this. This nigga might take me off these songs or something. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's you investing into an artist that gotta go to jail. You could say, man, fuck you, man. I ain't got time for you.
Right.
So I'm like, I broke the news to him. I'm scared. I'm like, yo, can't, because we was like 3-4 songs in. I'm like, damn, it's like I'm about to really be on this album, man. I gotta tell us that I gotta go to jail. I'm like, yo, Cam, I got something to tell you. You're like, yo, what? I'm like, yo, man, I gotta do 1 of 3. You know what I'm saying? I might have to do 2 off of it, but I'll be home in 2. And the nigga was like, word? All right. Well, we're gonna keep your name alive, and when you come home, I'm gonna have a deal for you. And that shit blew my fucking mind, because I thought he was gonna be like, damn, you going to jail? I can't fuck with you, my nigga. Like,
Right.
you're bad. Like, I got a lot going on right now. He's just signing the rock. He ain't got to fucking bring me along with him, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So when he's like, yo, don't worry about that shit, we'll make you a star. So when you hear This Is What I Do, he's rapping on the intro as I'm in jail already. This my man, Rell. He's locked up. He's about to come home. Hit him, Rell. By the time this shit touched the streets. I recorded that in the streets. He said that before me even being locked up.
Right.
So he already had it in his mind to put this record out and promote me while I'm in jail without me signing paperwork to this nigga. I'm not on ink, mind you. So this is a gamble. And me looking back, I'm like, damn, me being the CEO of a respectable label, and I just got signed to Rockefeller. Will I gamble on the nigga who about to go to jail, even though he nice? He about to do 2 fucking years? Will I keep him on these fucking records?
Yeah. It's a big decision.
Big fucking decision, right, Adam?
All right, so paint the picture when you came around, JR.
I came around like I don't know, like I mean I was around when
He was around the whole time.
Right.
I was there the day he was going in.
But
He was there when I went to Baseline for the first time.
But when did we start to like? You first got your introduction as one of the
It
diplomats.
took me a minute, I had to put in work. I had to, I went on a tour, like it's like a radio tour where I'm freestyling at all the radio stations, going crazy at Hot 97. Like even all my deals was based off of me freestyling.
Really?
So, I
How
was
so? You were just like impressing people that much?
like me and Cam had a meeting with Sony back in 2004, just off of my freestyles. And the CEO at the time, Dave McPherson, all he wanted to do was hear me freestyle. He didn't want to hear no songs or nothing. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I had to put in a lot of work. I put out 2 mixtapes before, just to prove myself. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, once the deals came, as far as once Jewels was situated, he put out his album. I was featured on his album, and Cam got me and Rell a deal.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure. 40. Give us the entry story just so we can flesh it out. You were the street dude first, right?
Came from 40 buildings, so it's...
Yeah, it's short story short. He's from
They're from the same building.
He's from my building. I sold weed.
Yeah, 40.
I say, yo, free weed, listen to me spit, and I got it. And then it became like a no-brainer. I was nice. He from the build. Why not?
Oh,
put
that's how you did it for you? You said, I'll give you free weed if you let me spit for you?
That ass.
That's fire.
That ass.
That's smart.
I had, yeah. And
That's a good marketing
and
scheme.
He was like, and he said, why not? And he liked what he heard, and the fact that I knew he did, he actually bought the shit still. And
Yes, you bought the weed?
yeah, he bought the weed. He actually became like a frequent customer, not on some shit, not on some shit like he was like thirst. Like he just was like, it was like doing 2 things at the same time. Like, yo, I could buy weed from him, and I could hear some new bars. So, and it became like a game to him. Let me hear something new. Got something new. And as we further go on our career, he puts this civil rivalry between me, JR, and Rell. Because now it's like, who got the better verse? Let's see.
Yeah, he played
let's
us
hear.
against each other, but it brought the best out of us. 'Cause
It
when I first came home
definitely
from jail, he like, yeah, I got this new 40 cal nigga, you know what I'm saying? He kind of dope as shit. Tell me what you think about him. So I'm like, play it for me. And it was Family Ties. And this nigga said, these niggas, like 14 days, too weak for me. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga, man? So I'm like, but Cam smiling like he giving me that laugh, like, yeah, you got some competition now, nigga. What you think you the only nigga nice that I got?
Right.
So I'm like, oh shit, 40 cal? Who the fuck is this?
See, I didn't even know this story.
I'm just keeping it real.
That's good.
I
Nah,
came to
it's all
Jewel's studio. The nigga paid me Family Ties. I think JR was with me. when I first came on, JR, you pulled up on me, remember?
Yeah, I was at the studio.
He was at the studio with me, and he played me Family Ties. And it was only 40 verses on it. And he was going, fuck off. He said, you think I ain't the sickest rapper since Easy E? I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? I'm fresh out of jail, though. So, you know, your jail raps and your street raps is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you write shit in jail, but when you come home, you get the vibe, you see what's lit, and then you snap into the regular you. So my jail raps wasn't matching this nigga street raps. This nigga said he the sickest nigga rapper since Easy E. I said, all right, let's get back to the fucking drawing board, man. I got some work to do.
He killed that record.
You feel me?
He killed that record.
But I'm just saying, Cam played that for me as a trying to stun on me, like look at the new addition to the team. Like you just not the only nigga that's hot.
Right.
Like that's what he was saying without saying it. In hindsight. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yo, Adam, it made us all better.
But it always made us all better. So that made me say, damn, I gotta write a fucking verse harder than 40 Cal. Who the fuck is this 40 Cal nigga? And then once I write my verse, 40 right here, my verse, and say, damn, this nigga really killed it. I gotta kill 40 and write it in that. 40 and Ruger now.
Right.
And then it brings the best out of all of us.
Should never happen. You never killed me.
No.
Who never killed you?
You, nigga. Who you an owl now, nigga? Who?
See,
this is what happened.
But look,
This is what
I
happened.
murdered you.
Cam literally made me, Jim, and Joel's battle
Really?
on camera. On camera.
What was that in? Smackers shit?
Nah, we was on tour. But just to get our pen, tighten up, just to get our flows up.
Right.
He'll have us battle every day at 6 o'clock.
I was locked up and JR won every battle.
See, I was looking at y'all at that time as like, these are the real street guys, so they can rap and they can get away with things that other rappers can't get away with because we were looking at y'all as the actual real deal at that time in comparison to a lot of rappers in New York where it might have been kind of questionable.
Right.
Facts.
That was my mind state at the time. But this is the fucking mixtape era with samples everywhere.
Samples everywhere,
Yo,
instrumentals.
Beautiful.
You could sell fucking 5,000 CDs out your fucking trunk.
We
Just
ran
riding
that.
around.
We ran it.
Yeah, the mixtape
era.
game.
The
Yeah.
mixtape game was crazy.
How much money do y'all make off mixtapes that you didn't pay taxes on?
But I'm
Let's
just
hear
saying
that
the
right
money.
now.
A lot of
I'm just
money.
saying. I'm just saying.
probably
the
say-
Me and Duke the
I-
Dog probably make 100,000 on
Hey,
fucking
yo,
tape.
hey, yo,
Allegedly.
Adam, a regular day,
Right.
put 5,000 out, put 5,000 CDs in my trunk, and an ounce of weed, and ride around through the ghetto. And by the time I get home, every nigga done bought those from me.
Right.
Besides whatever money I done made.
Because you're charging $5-10, but they get to meet you as part of
They're
it.
buying it from me and I'm signing it.
Easy.
It's
You gotta do
it's
that,
a no-brainer.
It's
They're-
such a shame that people can't do that anymore.
No,
Obviously,
I
it's
know. I
great
ain't
to
come
get
from
your
that
music
era. I
out
ain't do
now.
that on my
You
trunk,
never
though.
sold it out the trunk?
Nah, man.
Damn,
I
really?
just dropped it off to like
Nah,
Canal
he was
Street.
Gucci. No,
I was dropping off the mixtape spot.
I just do it just
Like-
to have it.
Right.
It's just in the trunk. Yo, Ruger, you got new music? Yeah, I got a new CD. You want it? Yeah, give me 3 of them. It sells itself. Good dope sells itself,
It's
right?
free money. It's free money after a while.
It's
You
all
can't-
free money.
I
It's
can't
just sitting in
even-
the trunk.
like, you-
Ruger, you got anything new? Yeah, it's in the trunk.
Shout out,
I was
shout out to
in the
Duke. He
studio.
makes our CDs, and I have to
I
like.
mean,
I
Duke
get to
over
a point where I
fucking
gotta be like, can I please have
$5 million,
100 copies
man.
of my own joint? Like, so because I
Duke,
want to
you owe
sell
me a
it, you know what I'm
check.
saying? So,
Duke, owe me a check,
and then he
man.
does that for everybody. He makes
Nah, that's my
everybody
dog.
CDs, but he was killing them, and you know we're thankful for a dude like that because you know what I'm saying. He made sure that we was buzzing in the streets, and you know. The flip side, he's making a lot of money, so you know.
Yeah, Duke make the most money?
Nah,
Excuse me?
I ain't gonna say
Did
that.
Duke make the most money off
Nah.
of mixtapes?
Did he make
Oh,
the
mixtape.
most money over mixtapes?
Nah, I ain't gonna
Out
say
of,
Compared
out,
to
out of
who?
everybody.
Out of what? Like mixtape DJs?
No, out of the
Out of the
diplomats.
camp.
He ran the Dipset
Yeah,
mixtape
probably.
department.
Right, but
Probably.
so he was making the most. You think?
Yeah.
it
No,
made?
but we didn't make money. Just like that was his money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
That's
y'all
my
are
guy,
on
though.
it, but you didn't even expect any money. That's a weird thing to think about now, because
Because it
now
was
if you have a
mixtape
verse on a
songs.
song,
Because
you're
he
used to
gave
getting
us
credit.
beats. He did so much other
not
things
because
for
of that,
us.
because he was family.
He was
part of the
family.
team.
He was part
and,
of the team.
And
He
his
was the
promo,
glue.
his mixtapes. Usually we do
If I
freestyles
needed
for
20
different
Rell
DJs. It
shirts,
don't matter.
He'll press it up. You've been to the spot, the silk screen. Like he was The glue.
It was happening there back then as well.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
that's
hell yeah,
amazing.
early.
Back then, Adam.
T-shirts, we was doing that.
Everything
global.
got pressed up in the house.
I had shows in Japan and seen people with the merch on.
Have you seen the motherfucker with a diplomat shirt on and got pressed to that silk screen
No.
that you seen?
Yo, and shout out to Karen Civil. She started with
Yeah, shout out to Karen Civil.
was gonna- that
She
was one thing I
definitely
wanted to
was an
point out,
intricate
yeah.
part.
Okay,
She
Civil,
was an
what up, what
intricate
up?
part. She was there. She definitely helped run the empire in the beginning.
Didn't Cam say she owes him $60K or some shit?
I don't get in between their business.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what
about
happened with them.
I
but
don't remember what happened with that. Honestly.
She was
Yeah, I
cool
don't
with
know
me.
what happened.
You know what I mean? She used to work for Duke the God. She did a lot of good business for me. We A-OK. Shout out to K Civil.
That's
That's
what's up.
sis.
Nah, but she's doing good now. It's like it's good to see people that start with you, like or start like whether it's under you or whatever, and excel in what they do now. That's like and just like you, like you see, we watch you come up from coming $11.99, and I look at you now. No jumper is crazy.
No jumper waters.
Many years
No
before
jumping
that,
waters.
I was just the biggest fucking dip stan ever, man. When I think about that,
Love.
yo, another name of people who came up under the Diplomats umbrella, ASAP Yams. He was like an
Yeah, shouts
intern.
to
He
Yams.
was an
fucking
intern
studio and
for
shit,
Duke
right?
the God.
Yeah, shouts to Yams.
Shout out to
Rest
ASAP
in
Yams.
peace.
R.I.P.
Harlem legend.
And he went hard for me. He thought I was
R.I.P.
the
Murph,
fucking
too.
dopest motherfucker in Dipset.
Yeah.
His last tweet was how Rell was underrated. I wanted to try to fucking sell that shit as an NFT or something and donate it to his family.
I thought his last one was Bodine Brazy.
No,
might have been close to.
One of them, I got it. One of his last tweets was, "Hell Rell is so underrated."
One
Right.
of the last joints, shit. But
I screenshotted it. I said, "Wow."
they was all big fans.
And this is when ASAP Rocky was fucking lit.
Huge.
He tweeted that.
Yeah.
Shouts
I
to
said,
Ferg
damn.
and Rocky too.
Shout out to Ferg and Rocky.
Those my guys.
Those my family.
Last
Those
time I
the
seen
bros.
Rocky, he spit every verse off my old mixtape.
We just seen Ferg
Really?
at the Verzuz.
Yeah.
Wow.
And me and Ferg got a record together.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
shouts to Ferg.
Yeah, that's my little bro.
You know, I remember Yams had a tweet where it was this quote, and it was a Hell Rell quote, but he said, "I went to the doctor to get an AIDS test. He told me I was negative, but I tested positive for swag." and then Yams just tweeted that, and I knew exactly what it was right away, and I was like, "Bro, that was
Nah, my
that was
little
a moment.
slogans was going viral back then.
You were good at like the wrestling style intro
Like the
type
what you gonna
shit.
do when I wrap these arms around you?
You would
type
have
shit.
Smack pull up and just do the Hulk Hogan thing for real, yeah.
But it was real low.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Underrated.
It was
You got that
OTT.
early on because now everybody sit there and make an Instagram video talking some shit. That was early on. You realizing like, oh, they show up. I don't got to be the fucking chill dude that I might have been earlier. I'm gonna turn up on this cameraman.
I appreciate you and I honor you for making that observation, Adam.
That's an important innovation right there.
Thank you, sir.
Oh God. I also just wanted to call attention to the Get 'Em Daddy remix era
Fire.
on the roof.
Fire.
Crazy.
That was my neighborhood.
You came home right before that.
Yeah, I did.
That was like you coming home.
I had Kim in
record.
my neighborhood with no security, and that nigga had $5 million worth of jewelry on.
Wow.
In my neighborhood, that was my neighborhood, 176 and Weeks Avenue,
Baghdad.
Baghdad.
Legendary.
If he wasn't
No
lit,
security.
If he wasn't lit before that, he was definitely lit.
No
After
security.
That day, he was
Every
lit.
chain, go to the
Everybody,
videos, look at the
yo.
video. He had it all on. This
was
is after he
super
got
lit.
shot. Because remember, he got shot
the
in
Lambo
DC,
incident
the
right
Lambo
before
incident.
that, right? Yeah.
And I said, damn, this nigga's crazy. Right after he got shot, he booked a session in Platinum Sounds and had us all pull up, right? And we recorded it. And we shot the video in my neighborhood.
We did the remix with me, Rell, Jem, and Cam.
Right.
And then they shot the video version with just Cam and Rell. New version.
Right.
That was crazy.
And I was like, wow, me and Cam by ourselves, all right. Had that nigga in my hood, no security. Savages around him. Just happy to be around. You know what I'm saying?
That's the kind of record that you heard and it made you want to go maim somebody.
That's the kind
I
of
walk
record you could
around
have
like I got a
performed
broom
at the
in my
Verzuz.
pants. Now that's a fucking AK. Heavy tool
tool
in my pants, man.
Talk.
It was heavy talk.
There's only so many ways that you can say you got a gun on you. It's the way you say it.
The way you say
It's
it.
the way you say
Adam
it.
is fucking crazy.
Take me back to the bird call era.
Oh, man.
And what it was that had to lead up to Wayne pulling up to the block to do that.
That was monumental.
At the time, I didn't have no deal.
I think you
and
did,
I was
right?
just I didn't have a deal. Hell no. When I shot the video, I did.
Oh, all right.
But I didn't have no deal. So I'm in my man Saga crib. Shouts to my man Saga. And Cam gave me one of his phones. It was the Nextels back then. So he had all his contacts in there. And people will always call him randomly. I'll just pick up like, yo, Cam ain't here. T.I. call, somebody a call. So one day I'm like, you know what? I'm the youngest nigga from Dipset. Lil Wayne is the youngest from Cash Money. He's still doing what he do. Let me reach out to him to see if he, you know what I mean, get him on my project.
So what, you
on
you,
a low.
You
Cam
wrote a
don't
text
even know.
pretending to be Cam to Wayne?
No, I called.
Oh, you called.
But I know he would pick up because he would think it's Cam.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when
Marketing genius.
Yo, this is a bold move because there's a good chance Lil Wayne's gonna be like, fuck you. I thought Cam was calling me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He took a fucking big ass gamble.
Yeah, but that's my guy.
That was being hungry.
Anyway, I sent him the record and he killed the verse, you know what I'm saying? And then he called me right back. He like, yo, who produced that beat? I told him Develop, and Develop, shouts to Develop, he ended up doing a bunch of stuff like on the Carter 3. It was a Carter 3, right? Yeah, the Carter 3, Carter 4.
Quarter 4.
So, you know what I mean?
Fireman record, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. So
Oh, he did that?
yeah.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah. So anyway, so we ended up doing a record, and then Cam gets on the verse as well, and we set up the video shoot on Dykeman, and Cam took it upon himself to hit Lil Wayne, and he had all the trailers out there. It was a movie.
It was a movie.
We had the shit shut down
We had
for
the
like
Pepsi
blocks.
Blue Lamborghini out there.
People,
Dame
it wasn't
Dash
just
brought
shut
the
down for no
Maybach out
reason.
there.
Like it was barricaded because girls from all ages screaming every time we get off the trailer. We had Dame Dash,
so
Cam,
jealous.
Jim Jewels.
You hear me, Adam?
Just because you weren't on that record?
Yeah, and this nigga is Lil Wayne, Cam.
But you still hell Rell at the Diplomat
But
video
it's
shoot.
Cam and Lil Wayne and fucking Chael Ryder, and all the girls are screaming for these fucking niggas. And I'm
Yeah,
just sitting
so-
on the side smoking weed like,
So
why,
look,
why ain't on
I'm
this
hot
fucking
too.
record?
All right.
so look, so yeah, we shoot the video or whatever, and yeah, my album charted. My album was #2 in the country on Billboard, not just iTunes, you know what I mean? But shouts to the people that chart on iTunes. And yeah, that was a big record. To this day, it's still one of my biggest records. Shouts to Lil Wayne. We ended up doing five more records
Rap
after
song?
that. And when I first came home, I flew out to go check him too. You know what I mean? In the studio, he had Nicki Minaj in there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Shouts to the whole Young Money. But Wayne is my guy. Shouts to Mac Main too. You know what I mean? That's like family.
Good
Yeah,
guy.
shout out to whole Cash Money, that's family. Nikki, that's the sis. Shout out to Zoo. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You guys kind of like, there was always like a G-Unit beef brewing, or like you could kind of see it waiting to happen. Beef, right? Like, because you guys were the two biggest crews in New York. It's kind of like a stalemate type
But
thing.
the fans do that shit though.
But it has to be that way. And nowadays the fans
we don't be
aggravated.
thinking about them niggas, and they don't be thinking about us. But the fans would be like, yo, I think Gina is better. I think Dipset is better.
But this is
And
hip
then
hop.
it-
Number
it's
one spot
automatic.
is always going to be a
we
conversation.
have
Who's
it.
number
We
one?
understand.
Especially from New
We
York.
get it. We from New York.
It's-
We
it's-
get it.
We competitors. So
It's
it don't-
competitive.
The heads of each crew are like the two hottest rappers in New York. So
But
it's got to
one
be.
thing about
Right.
New York, no matter what the fuck, how hard you are or how nice you is, you definitely respect another nigga's pen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a Tupac line. You could tell the people you roll with whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. So if me and Fab see each other by ourselves, yo, you nice. Nah, you nice, Ruger.
But you just said that you weren't talking to him when you saw him
What do you
in the
mean?
grocery store. You used
But
Fab as an example
when you-
earlier.
I said New York, when you see niggas by themselves.
Right, right.
When the entourage and crew, nigga might not speak, niggas in they glory. New York shit. New York is a big city. There can't be one king. It's a city of kings.
This is true.
Can't be one king in New York, man. It's too fucking big and it's too fucking lit. So it's a city of kings.
Right.
So finish what you were saying about G Unit.
Yeah, go on with that.
It felt like the beef always was just sort of like on the verge of popping off. But then when Cam and 50 started going at it, and then Jim sided with Cam though, or with 50 though, that was like kind of the beginning of the end, or were the cracks already showing?
I didn't really
before
see
that?
him siding with 50.
I
I didn't see
fucked
him.
with him in a sense.
He
went on stage with him.
He gave him a
He
bag.
went and got a
He
bag to perform.
He got a bag to
But you
perform.
know, to the of course, on the
the
outside
outside
looking,
world,
looking
that
in, it's
does
like,
look like-
oh, that's like, you know what I mean.
like
But I get
treason,
it.
right?
I get it both ways. You know what I mean. But they both had legitimate reasons to beef. You get what I'm saying? Like 50 is one of the biggest rappers in New York ever had. Like, so 50 is on the radio saying, Koch is the graveyard for artists. We're the biggest thing on Koch at the time. Cam is getting a lot of money over at Koch. He calls. By the time Cam calls and 50 says, oh, he wasn't talking about us, it was lit. It was too, you know what I mean? His emotions is up, you know what I mean? And it happened. And it was dope to me. It was dope.
But are you viewing it as a part of the crew? Are you viewing it as like, oh, this is ultimately bad for everything that we built?
No. I'm looking at it like, let's go.
Me in hindsight.
I'm looking at it like, let's
me
go.
in hindsight, it was above everybody's pay grade. It's two giants wrestling. It's King Kong and Godzilla wrestling. Mind y'all fucking business. Because
No, of course, yeah.
as you can see, me and Tony Yayo and Banks, we never took shots at each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was 50 and with Cam, and it would stay between them. The other participants didn't beef with each other. Did you pay attention to that?
That probably took a lot of restraint.
It was only Godzilla and King Kong fighting with each other. Me and Yayo never dissed each other. Ryder and Banks never dissed each other. 40 and Young Buck never dissed each other. So it stayed between them two, and it was respectful.
Yeah, let me add this to I was cool. Rest in peace to Maserati Fox.
That's the homie,
I used to
RIP.
live in Queens, and it was like for us to be beefing with G Unit. Fox at the time was like 50's main like
Savage.
hitter, I guess you want to call it, right? And
RIP to that man.
for us to be beefing, it would have been like ugly because I used to see him every day at a spot called Fire Night. Shout out to my boy Bundy and all that.
Bundy.
And all that. So we used to see, and that's how I met Trav. We met mad people that's down within the G Unit circle. So like he's saying, if the big wigs is going at it, the 50 versus Cam, we staying out of that because we in the street, like he told you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to do with like people arguing over.
Yeah, the
who got
entourages got to
millions,
see each other.
like
you
this
know what I'm
and that,
saying?
you know what
50
I'm saying?
goons got to see.
you know what I'm
These
saying?
goons is like, we going to fight on each other because these two niggas is beefing?
Nah.
You understand what I'm saying? 40 knew the whole Slow Bucks, all these niggas, like he lived in Queens, like he knew all these niggas. So as this is taking place, 40 gonna be beefing with 50 goons and his mans?
Right, like he said, and look at look at God. Everybody's cool now.
But time always does that.
Time heals all wounds.
You know?
Yeah, but
At the
thank
time,
God.
I was ready though. If Cam would have made the call, I was on deck because that's how I'm competitive.
You
It's
and
rap.
Banks going at it at that time.
Banks is my
Would've
guy.
been
Shouts
crazy.
to
Would've
Banks.
been crazy.
That would have been
That
records that we would still be talking about right now.
Shouts to
Oh,
Banks.
gosh.
Yeah. Like that'd have been dope.
Oh,
That'd have been
man.
dope. I don't think Banks would have did that, but that would have been dope. You know what I mean? But
Shout out to Banks.
shouts
Shout
to
out
Blue.
to Banks, man.
Shouts to Blue.
I
PLK.
met PLK.
One of
sure.
the nicest.
You still hate 50 though?
Who?
You.
I never did.
What?
He gave me one of the best motherfucking promotional marketing schemes ever.
Recently?
Just trolling me on Instagram, man. 50 don't that shit don't be real, man.
The
That ain't-
50 surplus plan works still?
What you mean?
If he comes at you, it's still good
He
for the
don't fuck
clout?
with me. Nah, he don't fuck with me no more. He don't fuck with me no more.
Why?
50 my guy.
Because of the way you reacted or what?
Because he know I'm a real street nigga. And it's just jokes. And a lot of people don't understand that when 50 do that, he's giving you the alley-oop. Like, nigga, if I'm talking about you, I'm getting you hot. Do something with it. You see when he was dissing Busta. Them niggas is friends.
I don't think Young Buck feels that way about the 50
that-
clout surplus plan.
No.
I think Young Buck would be like, leave me out of this. Stop this.
They have business issues together.
And real problems.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with that. He's a fan of my music. I'm a fan of his music. He knows a few of my savages. I know a few of his savages. And it's a mutual respect.
Where's it at with Max B?
He's a legend. And can't wait till he come on.
He from my block too. From 40.
But it's all water under the bridge
all
at this
love.
point.
Hell
So
yeah.
love. We never had problems with Max B. Max B me and him used to go to Sin City and park out BMWs together and fucking slide strippers together. He like, yo, Rell, you know these niggas holding me back, man. Word, man, they trying to stop me, man. The wave, for real, man. Your man Jim, man. And I'd be like, bro, I can't do nothing about it. You know, that's y'all business. You know, it's not my pay grade. You know what I'm saying? But I sympathize with his situation, and a lot of shit was just I couldn't control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if I could have snapped my fingers and made a lot of shit happen, I would have, but I'm not the owner, a CEO of Diplomat Records. So I can't make executive decisions.
Right.
You get it?
Oh yeah. What about Jim though? Where's that at? You
What do you
said you
mean?
can't do business with Cam. Is it like that with Jim too, or is
What do
that
you mean
better?
I never said I can't do business with Cam.
No, he
I
said
said
he's
I
not
don't
doing it right now.
currently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
currently.
currently don't do business with Cam.
Right.
Yeah. That's just like LeBron's not being sponsored by Sprite anymore. That doesn't mean he's beefing with Sprite. Perfect analogy.
What about Jim though?
What about him?
How's it going with Jim? I'm just
how-
wondering, like, where the
That's
temperatures
the
are at.
homie. It's all good.
Oh, it's all good? Okay.
It's all good. That's
Shouts
the
to
homie,
Capo, man.
Shout outs to Capo,
Shouts
man. He
to
looking
Capo.
good out there. He's sounding good.
It's all love with Capo.
It's all love. He's drippy.
We go back and forth on the DM.
You know what I mean? That's my brother.
He leave comments on Rell page. He
He
show
took care of
love.
me in jail. Like it's like we inked up. Like it's brotherly love. You
Yeah,
feel me?
Capo's the bro, man.
That's broski, man.
Cam,
broski,
Jewels. You already know.
It's broski.
All love.
Family business.
But you can ask the questions. It's all love.
Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, but family business, stay in the house. You know that how shit go.
Right.
If you and your brother get into an argument, y'all don't go in the streets and talk about that shit among strangers, right?
I asked I asked a friend of mine. I said, "Yo, you got any questions? Hell, Rell, J.R. Writer, etc."
Shoot them shits. You know we real niggas.
But this is what he said. He said, "Ask him if it's true that he stole Max B's jeans and then wore them."
Oh shit.
If who stole
I
Max
think
jeans
that
and
I
wore them?
think you. I think if Max B.
I stole Max
I
jeans.
think Max B. might have said that back in the day.
What a question.
That's what. And I'm gonna just air it out. It's a rapper from Rochester named RXK Nephew, and he.
Who the
he-
fuck is that nigga?
I'm just saying. He asked me to ask
did
that
this
question.
rumor come from?
That's what I'm saying, because me and that nigga never been on tour.
I don't know.
We've never shared a hotel.
He's talking
Stole
about
his
jeans.
fucking jeans?
It's great.
That's a new one for me, Adam. I heard a lot of fucking rumors on me, man.
I mean,
Stealing Max B jeans.
The homie said this, and I mean, I didn't fact check it. I didn't Google it.
Came home in 04. All right? I came home in 2004. Max B came home in 2007. So I was Hell Rell before he was Max B. No disrespect to the Wave Guard. So I was financially set, and
I mean, that's what I would
I had
assume.
no reason to steal a pair of fucking jeans, man. I smoke car notes, man.
Right.
I smoke mortgage payments.
I see it.
You know that.
I seen it.
Jeans?
That's what I'm saying.
Jeans.
You hear this shit, Fred?
Jeans are a weird currency, you know? It's
Jeans,
like
yeah, nah, jeans is a.
you spend a lot of money
I
on
just
jeans,
bought
but
Fred-
then like
I just bought Fred
Jeans is
a pair
crazy.
of $1,000 Mary jeans as a gift from him making me $50,000. He said, Rell, I'm good. Go get that shit to a bum on Skid Row.
damn.
I'm lying, Fred?
I ain't seen a bum in Amiris yet, but
All right then.
probably
All right
out.
then.
They're probably
All
out
right
there.
then. Fred said, make a bum on Skid Row happy. Get a nigga the $1,000 jeans, and that's what we gonna do. Am I lying, Fred? Brand new pair of Mary jeans. I bought my brother because he made me $50,000, and he's been blessing me and helping me make a lot of money nowadays. And I said I want to treat my brother and buy him a $1,000 pair of jeans. And he said, Ruger, I'm good, man. I'm blessed. Get that shit to a bum on Skid Row. Make a bum happy. And I said, damn, Fred, that's a dope thing to do.
That's
And
fire.
the jeans are sitting in my fucking hotel room right now. I'm lying, Fred? Am I capping? I'm not a Capricorn, I'm a Taurus. Am I capping?
You got them started about jeans.
Nah, because this is gonna say me? Still
Me?
Max B jeans?
It's a joke, bro.
I don't know. Where
No,
they
ain't
came
no
from,
joke.
really.
He said,
It's yo,
he
bro. I
said-
never heard the rumor.
It made me laugh so
Even
hard
if
when
it
I
is,
read
it's
it
just
that
funny.
I felt like I wanted to share it with you, even
You
if
know
it's
another rumor I heard?
What?
That I was standing in front of the Madison Square Garden smoking a cigarette, eating a pizza, trying to get into Verzuz.
It's stuff that people want to laugh at.
It's a mental
It's
image
just-
that
yeah.
once you paint that,
I
you
read
want
that
it to
shit
be real.
online. I read that shit online. I said, man, Me and fucking 40 and Ryder was ringside without ringside, man. Me sitting outside the fucking Madison Square Garden trying to get in, man. You out your rabbit ass fucking mind.
You
man.
still smoke cigarettes though?
Yeah, I'm trying to quit though.
Okay.
He's still trying to paint the picture in his head.
When's the last time you still down to eat like a slice of pizza on the street, or you took good for that?
Not eat a slice of pizza in the streets, but not standing in front of Madison because we want God trying to get in like I'm a goofy.
Nah.
Not me. I'm a verified fucking gang member. What I would look like standing in front of New York City trying to get into a venue, eating a pizza.
Eating a pizza.
Remember the album cover where you had the bullets for
At least
teeth?
a nigga could have said I'm sitting there eating a lobster tail or something.
I didn't say that. Yo, you remember when you had the bullets for teeth on the album cover?
Monumental.
Stupid.
Monumental.
That was hard.
That was classic.
I'm actually coming out with a weed strain with that picture on the weed. So look out for that.
That's an
Because
NFT
you're on the
outcome.
Masters.
Look out. Yeah, we on the Masters.
Bro, I got 20 right now for that NFT.
Excuse me?
The NFT of that album cover.
Yeah.
Whose album cover?
NFT.
That album.
That
The-
album.
the-
My
cover.
album cover?
Yeah.
He's trying to put you on the get in.
You said you could get me what?
Hey,
I heard 20. I don't know if it was 1,000 or a million. You can get me what?
we're going to put you on the NFT game.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera.
For sure.
We'll talk off camera.
Hey. Me and my girl, we went halvesies on a fucking NFT. 160,000. Shit is currently 260,000.
Wow.
That was like 2
Congrats.
weeks ago.
Well, I
2
own
weeks.
the artwork.
Congrats.
So
Which one is it?
It was a
Though?
crypto punk.
fire. That's some different type of
So what
money,
made you
Adam.
jump in onto that particular one?
It was one of the cheapest crypto punks available at that moment.
Okay.
Somebody put you on?
But
them?
yo, I tried to buy it for 80,000 a couple days before that, and I had the bank transfer to turn the money into Ethereum. I look at that shit. Fucking 2 days later, it's 160,000. I almost chickened out, but my girl wanted to still go for it. So
Wow.
Shout out to your girl.
That was a good gamble.
Shout out to your
I ain't
fucking
gonna hold
girl.
let's go.
Do it.
Fire, bro. Fire.
Good fucking gamble.
What's the craziest shit you've seen from groupies during your time with the Diplomats? Let's hear some fucking horror stories.
The craziest.
Craziest, most debaucherous shit you've seen girls doing, willing to do, wanting to do.
I seen what somebody got one time. I just ain't gonna say who name it is. I'm talking about like by a groupie, not like by like somebody trying to rob them. And that's just regular.
Oh, they got robbed.
That's just regular. Not rob, like give me your money. I'm talking about like somebody, you bring a young lady to your hotel.
Somebody
It's
stole his
etiquette.
watch.
It's toy etiquette, and then you might wake up and it be like, and you hear the shower running, nobody in the shower, and it's like, ah man,
You never had a girl try to pull a lick on you like that?
nah, we like that's like amateur. Like tour shit. Like once you've been doing this, you know to watch out for that. Like come on, we're gonna like.
I'm laughing.
I bet you got. I bet they got you for something.
Nah, I'm just laughing at something that else.
Nah, he's certified.
He
We already know
I put
that.
my jewelry in the safe on the road. Them bitches don't get me. But I got a story though. I'm not gonna say his name because he one of the guys.
Right.
Who?
Who?
Said I couldn't say his name, man.
Who? Name him.
He's looking. He's like, no. I'll tell you off camera. You'll know once I tell the story.
This is Rell telling a story about himself, but he doesn't want people to know it's about him.
Only Adam can play with me like this. Only Adam.
Gang shit.
It ain't me.
That's
It ain't
gang
gang
shit.
shit.
Yeah,
Gang shit.
gang
Gang
shit,
shit. Nah, a diplomat entourage member.
Okay.
We was about to go. We was leaving for tour, and he had a young lady in his room, and we knew that she was running red lights, aka bleeding.
Yeah. When
You
you run a
knew.
red light, that means you hitting it while she on her period.
You were tapped into her menstrual cycle.
We were aware of it.
Okay.
Because we all wanted to bone her. And she,
So you're all checking up.
and she let the gang know that she was running red lights.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, she's a dub. She ends up in his room. So I knock on his door like, yo, the tour bus downstairs, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's
I
the same-
opened up the
He
door.
talking about the same nigga he
His
was
shirt
just talking
is
about.
bloody red.
They
Hear me,
both
Adam?
talking about the same
I opened the
people.
door,
Oh,
his shirt
shirt?
is bloody red.
What?
So what does that lead you to believe? He ran the red light.
Yeah.
I said, this nigga's a savage.
You know why? Because when his watch got stolen, he ran out, bust out
Oh,
the room.
the bitch
and
robbed
he
him
like,
for the
yo, he
jury,
took my
too.
watch. And that's when we looked down and he had blood on him. So we like, yo, what's going on? That nigga thought he got stabbed or something.
The nigga ran the red light on a bitch that nobody knew. We don't know this bitch from a can of paint.
Wow. That's amazing. I be fucking girls in the period, though. I ain't scared of nothing.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with running red lights, man. We from the mud.
It's just a little stank.
But
smells a little bit.
if we know them
going
or
for
we
that.
familiar with them, this is a bitch you don't know from a can of paint.
Ironically.
Ironically.
Yeah.
And the tour bus is about to leave. Everybody's on this shit, about to go to another state. And I knock on your door. And you open up the door. Your shirt is bloody fucking red. Your shirt is Sue Wooing.
Right.
That means you ran a red light. You was that thirsty. There's plenty bitches on tour, man. Fuck her. Get on the bus and let's get to being great. So that was one of my stories. But I didn't know that was the same story he was telling 40.
I ain't
He ran a red light
guy.
and the bitch robbed him for his jewelry.
Yeah, shit was disgusting. It was
So after
bad
that,
work.
it was like, wow,
bad work.
he did bad on tour.
Damn.
But tour is crazy. You'll meet a bitch in New York and the bitch will follow you all the way to DC. And you get tired of fucking her and leave her in VA. Because you know you're doing the East Coast. You're doing,
Right.
New York, New Jersey, Philly, Delaware, DC. You meet a bitch in Philly and kick the bitch off the bus in fucking VA.
Yeah, we basically kids.
Tour
thing,
life is
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, we kids on
Tour
tour.
life
we
was different.
We in our
This
early
tours
20s,
right now-
just like on bugging out.
Prior to Instagram and all that, tour was different. If a bitch wanted to come on a tour bus, she had to suck 3-4 niggas' dicks just to get on the bus.
Oh man,
Wow.
this is why you wanted him on the show.
He wanted it raw. He wanted it raw. He wanted it raw. R.I.P. ODP. He wanted
This
it raw.
before I had a girl, yo. You heard?
I'm telling you, if you wanted to get on the bus and see J.R. Ryder, help Rell, 40 Cal,
Nah,
or
don't put me in there.
niggas
think I
got
had a
wives
girl.
and shit.
We gonna
But
keep
I'm
it-
just saying,
keep it anonymous.
If you wanted
Yeah,
to
these
see
niggas wild.
a celebrity, you had to perform a sexual act prior to meeting a celebrity. Now it's just bitches because it's DM and no. Before you get on this bus, you must suck 3 to 4 niggas' dicks prior to meeting the
But I
celebrity.
feel like that's a New York thing in general. Like when I lived
But
in New
niggas
York,
ain't doing that no more,
I
though.
knew dudes who did construction, and it would be like Friday night, and they would just like have like a bitch pulling up to the crib for all the homies to run through, and that was just a normal
It is
Friday
New York
night.
gang shit.
That's
It
some
is
weird
New
New
York
York
shit,
it
shit.
is
right?
New York shit, but it's LA shit too though.
Yeah, now
probably,
you be walking
I'll
home
be
one
in
night.
LA and the nigga be like, "Hey, baby, what you doing? Ain't shit. Hey, come over here and fuck the whole gang."
You be walking home
All right.
one night. Niggas will be in a staircase with
What you mean, hell no?
10 niggas
I
in
heard
one
it
chick.
done.
The staircase.
No,
That's grimy.
matter of fact, let me
And
rephrase
that's New
that.
York.
Let me rephrase that. Hey, what you doing? Ain't nothing, just chilling. Hey, come over here and kick it with the homeboys. All right, give me an hour. That's AKA come fuck the game.
Gina's
Not
like,
you
what?
guys, but females are doing it.
She messes with ball players
She
and
said,
shit.
hell
She
no.
too bougie. She act like this shit don't happen.
It happens, my love. It's just not taking place on your watch. But it happens. It happens.
We don't know what Laura's doing. I got no read on her.
No, she's prestigious. We're talking about whores and bitches that's for the streets.
Right.
I turned down a lot of trains. Just walking home, niggas be like, yo,
pull
fourth
up.
floor,
We got a
fourth
train
floor.
going.
Like, dead ass, yo, come on, fourth floor. I'm gonna put you to the front of the line.
Well, that's what you want to
And
be.
I was,
You want to
yo,
be the first
You know
one.
what's crazy? I was 16, 15. Like,
It's crazy.
you get what I'm saying? But yeah, like,
Damn.
and then have a bitch from out of town, like, you know, a female from out of town somewhere. I don't know. And I don't, yeah.
Wow.
I watch bitches suck niggas' dicks. Niggas ain't take showers for 3-4 days and bitches suck a nigga dick, man.
God, that should be illegal.
Jesus Christ.
I seen bitches do horrible acts. So to watch these
You asked
bitch-
for horrible acts.
so to watch the internet whores that's being flown out and getting treated to high priced dinners and bags being bought and bust down rollies. This shit didn't take place when we became artists. I bet you would have never got a Rolex bought for her pre-social media.
That's the shit that's crazy now is now you got any pretty girl, 18, 19 years old, boom, they're ready to fly her out to Miami, come to the club with us, yada yada. The whole game. Normally, she was like forced to choose from the dudes in the area where she lived. The world has opened up for a girl like that. If she's smart,
there was no flying out.
Arguably
There was
willing
no
to
flying
take
out.
some risk.
When I got a deal, there was no flying out. You did not have to fly. You couldn't. You fly you out.
Nah, chicks will fly themselves out.
Thank you. The bitch would get on the fucking Chinese bus to get to me.
Hop on the Feng Hua.
A $30 bus.
You on the
to
Feng
pull
Hua?
in the middle of Midtown. Just pick me up. All right, baby. Shit like that, man. Just flying out and hotel, all this shit is new to me, man. That's why I stay in my house.
Really? You ain't down to fly out an
Hell
Instagram
no,
thotty
man.
nowadays?
Hell no,
No?
man. Nah, man.
All right.
Bitch gotta fly herself out. You gotta prove you really want to be around me. Because I am the lifestyle. You just want to be a part of the lifestyle. I am the lifestyle. You're not buying these steak dinners and buying these bottles, bitch. And you ain't got these stars in these
No
roofs
respect.
and cars. No, for the whores, I hate whores. For the whores, queens, my queens, my sisters, my beautiful ladies, I honor y'all and I worship the ground y'all walk on. But whores and bitches that's for the streets can't get a motherfucking red coin out of me. Or a blue one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
We ain't banging no more?
No, we banging, but I'm just saying, bitch can't get a red cent out of me.
Oh, okay, good.
Or a blue one.
Or a blue one.
If there is a blue one, you know what I mean, Adam. Why you fucking with me?
Right. Hey, I got a good question.
Talk about it.
How you feel about 6ix9ine going on Clubhouse and trying to get your man caught up?
Gosh, man. I don't like to speak on those type of events, man.
Shout
I
outs
just
to
like
Mel
keep it
Matrix.
positive. Shout outs to Mel
Free
Matrix. Free my guy, Jamel Jones. He's a childhood friend of mine.
Stand-up guy.
I knew him since 1995, prior to hip hop. He's doing 15 years. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to Harv. Shout out to all the guys who's been affected by this.
Smashing the lighter.
It's for emphasis. It's for emphasis.
Okay.
You feel me? Shout out to all the guys who was affected by that tragic event, and I don't even want to talk about that shit.
Respect. How you feel about the streets of New York these days, though, man? Shit seems kind of
dangerous.
crazy
It's
as an
dangerous.
outsider
It's dangerous.
observing
It's
it.
dangerous.
We always
your
on the
own
move,
risk.
though.
It's dangerous.
We
But
always
we
on
always
the move.
traveling, so
Yeah.
we, you know.
But it's definitely different now.
It's different though. You know why? Because every city has adopted the drill formula, and it's horrible.
Right.
Nah, they tweaking.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yo, he just time dated this
It's horrible.
podcast. This is the day
No,
after the
no.
day where
Let
everybody
me-
said, "Now
let-
you tweaking."
Let me paint you a day in New York City.
Okay.
And I don't even live in New York City. I own a house in Pennsylvania, but I frequent New York City. But let me paint you a day in New York City. Me and Adam is chilling on the block, right?
I like it.
Drinking, enjoying the atmosphere.
Drunk as fuck.
We chilling, right?
Fall down drunk. Yep.
Thotties is out. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
Some young 16-year-old kids are spinning the fucking block looking for their op, unbeknownst to us. And they don't see their op outside. And their man is like, fuck it, man, we gotta shoot somebody. We just can't go back to the block without shooting somebody. And some little kid gets out the car and unloads his handgun, and little Tasha get hit by a straight bullet, and we're all running, going crazy. And on the news, they says that little Tasha got killed. And next day, some niggas online talking about he's smoking a little Tasha pack.
They would do that?
What you mean how they doing that?
Yeah,
That's
they would
being
do
done.
How about the little girl, though?
Nah,
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
about
Just
the
to
little
diss
girl,
their
though.
enemy.
Wow.
If it's an enemy, yeah.
You have
Jesus.
people.
They go that far.
You have
That's some
kids,
dark shit.
You have kids that's 15, 16-year-old gang members. They die. The neighborhood lights candles, mirrors to honor the dead.
Right.
And the op will go to the block and kick the fucking candles
Kicking
over.
the candles is a new thing, yeah.
How fucking disrespectful.
Horrible.
And when you disrespect the dead, you're channeling different energies. Like you're playing with a different force that I don't think you aware of.
Right.
Because you're aware of the dead is a whole different world.
Like, think about the fact that
So when you're
throughout
playing with that world, be prepared. Don't be surprised what that world throws back at you.
The whole Diplomats era, we never heard an op mentioned.
No, you're
unless they were a famous rapper.
I'm just saying.
You
New
never
York,
heard a
listen,
name.
New York,
you know?
listen. Having an op is not a New York terminology. It's a Chicago terminology.
True.
If you ask a young nigga in the streets what an op mean, what does it mean? He can't even tell you. What's op? What does it stand for? Do you know?
Opposition.
Thank you. That means the other side, the opposing side, the enemy, the rival. But if you ask a young nigga, what's the op? What is it abbreviated for? I don't know. He's just my op. Your opposition is a nigga who killed your best friend. Somebody who took somebody from you that you grew up with. Y'all played Nintendo with, y'all played basketball with, and this nigga killed him and took him away from me. Now I want to kill you and murder you because you took my best friend and you're my op for life for that. Niggas in New York ain't got ops. They just got beef.
Right.
So when a nigga talking about he looking for his op, did a nigga kill your best friend? Did a nigga murder somebody that's close to you? Because that's the opposition. That's the opposing side. That's a rival. A nigga who killed somebody that means the world to me. If a nigga just looked at me or stepped on my sneakers or he fucked my bitch, you got beef. That's not your op. Do you understand me, Adam?
I like it.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Oh, my ops. Your ops. That's not your op. That's a nigga that's fucking your baby mother and you're mad at him. It's not your op.
Right.
Stop using Chicago terminologies in New York the wrong way. If we're gonna use these terminologies, let's use them the right way. If he is your opposition, then that means he kills your brother, your friend, or a nigga that's very dear to you. That's an opposition. That's the opposing side. That's an enemy. That's a rival. That's on sight when I see you. So if it's not on sight, I don't have no ops. I don't have an op. I don't have an enemy. In my life that I live right now, I'm so positive. I don't have an opposition. And if a person consider me his opposition, he's written free space. I'm written free space in his head. I got beef with a nigga that I don't even know about. And that's unbeknownst to me. If a nigga's beefing with me, I have no idea because I have no beef with nobody. So that means a nigga got too much time on his hand, man. And I'm just saying that publicly. If a nigga's beefing with Rell in this day and age right now, I'm renting free space in his head because I'm totally not thinking about him. I'm thinking about Upstage 2, Golden Triangle Part 2, this record I'm about to I really rap 3, this new verse that 40 just did on these new records that we just did. Like, we got a lot of shit going on. So if a nigga sitting around thinking about Rell, his op, his enemy, or he has to do something to me, I am renting free space in his head, and I would like to know how much it costs.
Like monthly?
Monthly.
Put that on Airbnb.
If I'm renting that much free space in your motherfucking head, I would like to know how much it costs monthly. Because I'm not thinking about these guys.
Right.
Life is too good right now. With my brothers.
Beautiful.
Fred Money over there, Bussy.
We had no
I'm
jumper.
at no jumper.
No.
Look, life is too good.
Now,
Adam.
really, tell them what we might do Saturday.
Opposition, I don't have those.
Yo, tell them what we gonna do Saturday.
I'm flying out to Cleveland to walk a fight out. And sit ringside without ringside.
In England?
Cleveland. We flying from LA to Cleveland.
Who's fighting?
Jake Paul.
Oh, you're going with them?
Yeah, you wanna see that?
Our life's changed, Adam. This shit is just
Yeah,
different now,
shouts to
man.
Mr.
You're
Zach.
with Jake Paul or you're with Tyron Woodley?
Nah,
No,
man,
it's
nah.
a Triller event.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we fuck with Jake though.
We
You
fuck
know what I
with
mean?
Jake,
Because
but-
Mystic Zach
Yeah,
is,
shout out
is
Mystic
down
Zach.
with,
Shout out
with
to Mystic
Jake's
Zach.
team.
Shout
my
out to
guy.
Ryan, a co-owner of Triller. He's
Mystic
following
Zach
me on
is
the
a
gram.
17-year-old,
Okay.
FYI.
The
Mystic
owner of
Zach is the
Triller.
one that introduced us to Ryan. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? The
Yeah,
owner
that's
of
our
Triller.
guy, Zach.
And that's how everything happened for us. And then,
Mystic
you know what I
Zach
mean?
put
We're
it
going
all
to
together.
support. We not walking out a fighter, but we going to be sitting ringside supporting.
Oh, I thought he was walking out.
Nah,
That's
yeah,
hard.
Nah, it's all good.
My fault.
Yeah.
You know
I
that
do make mistakes.
that
That's all
song
right.
"Best Out" that we walked the fighter out, Michael Hunter that knocked the guy out is the same song that's on a game called Fight Night that people used to
You
have
love
back in
bringing
the
up
day.
that fight
Yeah,
night
yeah.
shit, 40,
That's
right?
my
No,
shit,
Fight
though.
Night.
It's
Fight
like
Night
classical
3.
record,
Everybody
though.
remembers Best Out from Fight Night.
But
Fight
yo,
Night
so
three.
that was
Now
on
that
Fight
we-
Night?
Yeah,
That's
Fight
not-
Night
that
3.
was on Fight
I
Night.
swear to God, I didn't
So
know
that's
that.
that's what's crazy. So we walked the fight out that knocked the dude out.
EA
so
Sports
we
owns
letting
the fucking
everybody
shit, man.
every boxer know
heard Adam?
if you want to you want
Sports
to
own
knock
the check,
somebody
man.
out.
Let him get his shit off.
You want to knock somebody out. Let them walk out to Best Out.
Right.
Cause Fight Night, Michael Hunter. Let's see what happened with the Jake Paul joint.
It's a good analogy. I didn't think about that, 40.
It occurs to me that you guys are part of a very small percentage of African Americans who are going to be rooting for Jake Paul.
I didn't say
Oh,
that.
no.
We're not rooting for anybody.
We're going to support.
We're supporting Triller.
Oh, okay, supporting the event as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole.
I don't know. You know, shout out Woodley. I think
Because
he
like
played
when
Woodley.
Jake Paul fought Nate Robinson and Nate Robinson got brutally knocked out,
Nah,
you really saw a chorus of African American
We're
voices
support-
on
we're
Twitter
Yeah,
who
we
were
ain't picking no
very
sides.
upset about it.
Yeah, no, we're not picking on
It
not
really
no
made for some
sides.
great memes.
Props to whoever wins.
Yeah,
You know what I
we
mean?
made the
So
best
love.
man win. We just supporting our brother, Mr. Zach. Shout out to Ryan. And we're supporting Triller. That's all.
Yes, sir.
For sure. 40, talk to me about the fucking battle rap shit, because I tell me how I click on a battle last night because I'm like, oh my God, 40 Glock battled my boy Disaster, but then it was a virtual battle during COVID, right? And it was fucking, it wasn't like a beat, but it was like a weird Halloween soundtrack in the background.
Shouts to my brother Chris Childs. He had edited that for him.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
How'd you start
Turbo,
picking up
Turbo,
those
Turbo.
bags? Because
Yeah,
I know that's
Turbo
a good
graphics
bag
on
right
that.
there, right?
I know.
Yeah,
I know
nah.
Broski did that.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
fire.
shout out to RBE, my boy. His name is Adam as well.
Okay.
And I tease him ARP, and you know, he just put that together that he thought it'd be cool for me to you know, he just brought me back to battle rap, and I felt like not too many people could do that, like from regular rap, because it's a whole different world. So he put me back to Activated, like back to Fight Club 40,
And
know what
you
I'm
put
saying?
on.
Okay. And I did my thing, yeah. And shout out to my man, like JR was a huge help in that, because he was like in my ear, like, come on, do it, B. It's a bag. It's a bag. I'm like, I'm not a battle rapper no more. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, he got an ill battery, like that dude right there. So his battery, if Rell could tell you, his battery is crazy. I'm like,
bro,
like, yo, do it.
I can see you
I think
two
he.
as
I think
well.
he owns stock in Duracell.
Bro, you can't tell me that they wouldn't be ready to have Hell Rell going against one of these dudes, or J.R. Ryder going against one of these dudes, bro. I bet that would be a huge, like,
got
you
offers
see
right now
Cassidy
for it.
coming doing that and
Yeah, they
shit.
all-
I
got
was
offers
just
right
on the
now.
phone
Got
with
bags.
Smack yesterday. He said, yo, talk to Jay. I didn't even bring it up to you. He like, tell Ryder to get in the ring, man. I got a big bag for him. Like, yo, man, Ryder's blessed
Shouts
right
to
now.
Smack.
Bro, a whole battle where it's all y'all and maybe even some other Diplomats members
I'm
who are
getting- I'm
fucking
getting a ring
battling
for- I'm getting a
actual
ring for
battle
a
rappers,
hundo.
that'd be
Right.
stupid.
I'll
that'd
get a
be
ring
crazy.
for a hundo.
That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
I would
Hundo.
tune in for that one.
I need a hundo, though. I get a ring for a hundo,
I'll be on stage. I might punch somebody.
but I want my 100 up front, though.
Yeah. We're gonna need the money up front because we might have to spread this bitch up.
Yeah. No backhand. I need the 100 up front. And we're going to put on a motherfucking show.
But yeah, shouts to Smack, shouts to RBE, shouts
shout
to
out
all
to
the
all the
leagues.
battle
You know,
rap leagues,
I
man.
respect, I respect
We
battle
respect
rap.
them. We
Shout
watch
out
them.
WRGB too.
I got a lot of requests, like as far as the battle, and a lot of offers.
Bro, Hell Rell Daylight
Oh, my God.
Hell Rell and Daylight.
I would never battle Daylight.
takes
Shouts
the
to
shit on the
Daylight.
stage
I would
again.
never battle
It's
Daylight.
over.
Nah.
I never battled
Yeah,
Daylight, man.
wanted to battle me too. I was like,
That
that
nigga's too complex, man.
I told him. I said,
He's
yo.
like the
I told
Joker.
him before.
Yeah,
like,
he is,
Before
man.
he started
That
doing
nigga's
like the
nasty,
weird
though.
stuff, but and then
Yo,
he started
Adam,
battling regular now.
A lot
and I
of
was like,
a lot
nah.
of street niggas can't relate to that, but you got to be a real lyrical person to really understand Daylight, man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking genius. You got to be a genius to understand a genius.
Shout out Daylight.
He could befuddle a motherfucker. He'll have you just like, I don't know what the fuck to
when-
say to that, man.
when a nigga twerked when the nigga had the dress with the chopper, I said, nah, this nigga's different.
Oh my God.
But I said this era was well, like the shit that niggas do in this era, we would never do in our era.
Right.
Never. I would never wear a fucking blouse.
No.
But no disrespect
Who wore blows?
to anybody who does it in this era.
Oh,
Nah,
No, I'm just saying, like,
Nah, but that's for battle
Who's
rap.
that
No,
shots at? West Side Gun?
that's not a shot at
Or
nobody.
was it Conway? Who were the drugs?
See,
Nah, Young Thug, Young Thug, don't do
Thug did it first.
Adam.
Oh, nah, we fuck with
Adam,
Griselda.
This is a very
We fuck with
big
Griselda.
platform. Don't start no beef. Don't do that, Adam. Don't put words in my mouth.
Rell, that's really what this is all about, don't you think?
I know.
Adam, like, what the fuck y'all niggas came for? Then?
What the fuck you here for?
We just here to
Let's
instigate.
up it. Nah, and that's not the case.
Yeah, but shouts to Griselda. You
Shout
know
out to
what I mean?
Griselda though, but I think
putting
we
on.
influenced their music. I spoke to Benny Butcher. He said, "Rell, you did a drop for my first mixtape, and I ain't even remember that shit."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Wow, Benny, that's what's up, nigga. You winning right now. Congratulations." And I ain't even remember I did a drop for his first mixtape.
I actually was tripping when I first heard Ryder on more, that style production.
Oh, with 38
Special
Special.
shit?
Shouts to 38 Special. Yeah.
How do you feel about hopping on that kind of beat? Because that is sort of like it's like its
It was
own
different for
separate
me.
lane of rap
It was
these
different,
days.
but
you
I
know?
liked
It was
it on
different
it.
for
I
me
like it.
because
I like
it was
I like
like
it.
it was like plain, like plain, and you know what I mean. But once I got into it, like I'm like, ooh, nah, I like this. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the beats sound, the same. You get what I'm saying? As far as the drums, it's super slow, but once I got in that groove, I sent the record over to 38 Special. No, matter of fact, I pulled up to his crib. He got a studio in his crib in Jersey, and we put the record together like that, and yeah, it was dope
For sure.
for sure.
How do y'all feel when you look at the overall state of hip hop in New York in particular these days, though? Do you find
It's
it
diverse.
inspiring?
It's diverse.
It's diverse.
It's diverse.
Good shit, bad shit.
Diverse. You got your drill. You got your.
I like it
You
all.
got your backpack. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Rowdy
I like
Rebel
it.
is one of my favorite rappers in New York.
You know, one thing I do like? I like the fact that the gangsters now are dancing. You know what I'm saying?
A little more fun.
Gangsters dance now. The gang, it wasn't cool for a gangster to dance.
It was
in
for
our
LA
era.
though,
In
not
our
in New
era.
York.
Yeah,
It
like
was
if you
for
crip
LA.
walking, maybe, like, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Niggas
that
was
cool.
niggas was boogieing.
Nah, they was
doing
doing-
like,
Niggas
yeah.
do all type of
blood
shit in
walk,
LA.
all that. You know what I'm saying? But like now, like with the drill music, niggas got their dances and shit. Like
Nah,
like
the
niggas
young
do
niggas
it.
with their little
Niggas do
moonwalks
all that
and all
shit.
Little thing with your
Yeah,
foot
yeah,
in front of
yeah.
the foot.
They ain't nothing soft about
I like
them.
to
No
see
one
it, but
play
I
with
would
them
never
niggas.
do no shit.
Yes.
I was gonna say I don't really want to see how
You'll
Rell
never
doing
see
that.
how we walking. Nah,
We, that skipped that era. We was like we
Yeah.
from the we 2-step era, like, you know what I'm saying? But
the little bros could do it, but not me.
But you still got spitters. You guys, it's a mixture of everything
It's a melting pot.
as far as New York.
It's a melting pot.
And even in the rap game, I mean, the majority is, is not lyrical, but you still got a nice amount of rappers that's still pushing the pen and still putting out quality music. You get what I'm saying? So I love it. I like adjusting. I like, just going to the Rolling Loud, like I was telling you. That inspired me to step out the box, to do something like, more crowd participation based. You get what I'm saying? So yeah.
Definitely. Man, these kids need to be careful though. That's all I want to say because I've been hearing about these crazy ass gang indictments going on out there.
Incredible, man.
Oh my God! It is not a good time to be a
Nah,
criminal
it's
in
not.
New York City,
It's
my
not.
friend.
It's not.
Right.
New York is a police state, man. It's a police state.
Yeah, just stay out of that.
yeah, and you know why? It's the unemployment done slowed up. It's over.
And
The people that used to getting money from that.
September they slowed
I'm gonna
up.
break something down to you, Adam, and you gonna follow me and you're gonna agree.
Okay.
New York is not gang compliant. LA is gang compliant. Can I break that down to you?
Sure. Yeah.
If you go to the county in LA, they're gonna ask you if you are a gang member, and they're gonna put you with your kind.
Okay.
Bloods over here, Crip module, Mexican module. New York doesn't give a fuck what gang you're in.
Okay.
They'll put you in a house with a Latin king, a Blood, a Crip, and don't give a fuck what you are. So it's a lot of politics. It's a lot of shit. Like, it'll be a Crip in New York jail, and he's like, "Why y'all putting me in jail with a bunch of Bloods, and I'm documented that I'm a Crip member? Y'all trying to get me killed?" So that's how guys in New York systems have loopholes. You're not supposed to go to a jail if you're a documented gang member and your ops are in that jail. That's what's called separations. They don't supposed to put you in jails with people you have beef with. New York don't give a fuck. They'll put you, you know your blood and put you in a cell with a Crip. LA won't do that unless they want to fuel the fire. They want to see two Bloods and Crips kill each other. But according to protocol, they understand protocol. When you go to LA County, there's a Mexican rep, there's an African American rep. Am I lying?
I haven't been. So.
Well, my man's been to the county. In the county jail in LA, there's a Mexican rep. And the Aryan nations and all the other people have to fall under the Mexican rep. And then there's a black rep. And he represents the Bloods and the Crips. So a Blood can have beef with a Crip in the streets, but in jail, they have to be friends because they're outnumbered by the Mexicans.
So you're saying New York is just all-out war in comparison?
Just all-out war. It's just blood on
Makes
blood,
sense.
just no fucking rules or regulations. It's just, we do what the fuck we want.
You had to do any time recently?
Recently, I did 2 state bits, Adam.
What was the most recent one?
97R, 71, 93, 02R, 2050.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yo, real quick, I'm gonna tell you about some ops though. I just thought about this. Want me to tell you who's an op? The LA cops is ops, man. Dude. Now, real quick, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but me and JR we was active last night, right? We pull up to a spot called Diamond Dolls.
Lighter.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Diamond Dolls
Yep.
in South Central, right? So it's a strip club. And we were literally double parked for about a minute, and cops just came and asked us, said, "You don't supposed to double park here." I said, "No problem." He said, No, hold on. Let me talk to you. We like, what? Like, all right, cool. He come to the car. He said, "Listen, man, this ain't nothing." He just, everything was like, "This ain't gonna be nothing. Just, what's your name?" Told him. He said, "Yo, you mind turning off the car?" What? He said, "Yo, you know what? Could you get out the car? And you got any weapons on you?" What? What are y'all talking about? Like, this, all this, what did we do? We just double parked. So long story short, we on the wall. Pause. On the strip club.
Strip club again. Why you gotta keep saying strip club?
Huh? It's
Making
a
it
strip
hot.
club.
Let him know what his tastes be.
No, listen. We didn't go inside.
I thought you
We
said you
like
had a
for
girl.
ladies. Nah, listen.
I'm fucking with
Strip
you.
club. I mean, whatever. It's called Diamond Dolls. We ain't even go inside because as soon as we pull up, we getting harassed. We on the wall, getting searched, whatever the case may be, and they just kept telling us, "Yo, you know."
It's normal procedure.
It's normal procedure. They know the strip club know, the Diamond Dolls know we're doing this. My fault, right? Diamond Dolls know we doing this. I said, so short story short, they let us go. They said, "Yo, listen, man, you just letting y'all know, man, y'all want to be over here, this and that." We like, all right. They left. The people in front of the strip club, Diamond Dolls, say, "Yo, what happened? They was harassing y'all?" Yeah, he said they tried to say that y'all was down with that. That's what y'all asked them to do. He said, "Nah, hell no. They come here all the time harassing people." So the question I'm gonna ask you, Adam, is this true? Like in the neighborhood?
I
Like,
would say that like in South Central, if you're a couple of dudes of color in a fucking car outside a strip club, for sure they're gonna guess that it could be a gang thing, and they are hella on gang members in LA.
They
and
told me.
just black dudes in the hood in general, like the cops act like they want you to be under their fucking supervision, like they want to be checking. You know, it's like, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
I was
hear
getting
about shit
upset,
like that all
and
the
they
time.
told me like, "Dude, you know where you
So
at?"
it's just an LA thing.
I'm like,
Got you.
I didn't even know where we was at.
we're in a $60,000.
He told me where we was
I don't
at.
know
He
if
said,
that matters.
He said, "Listen, man,
Look
you in
at how
South
we
Central right now."
He's trying to tell you
This
that
is-
area is where it goes down at.
That's what he was
you
saying.
know?
Yeah. So that's when I was like, you know what? That's understandable.
Yeah.
I 40 had me in the
Don't do
in the
that. Don't
hood.
do
But
that.
yeah, nah.
Yo, when stuff like that happens, I gotta look at JR gonna hit me with the C.
Once
See?
once they realized that you guys weren't from there and that you were rappers from another area,
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that the cops probably like switched over a little bit to like being worried about your safety.
Nah.
As opposed to giving
They
you a
just
hard
was
time.
really
They
just-
when they told you like you shouldn't be here, they're probably thinking like
You
No,
You
you
shouldn't
know
be
why?
here for your own sake.
The
as
owners
well,
of the
you know?
club and the bouncers, they was recording with their cell phones. So they
yeah,
tried to wrap it up. As soon as they start hearing certain things and they found out we wasn't a threat and we
Right.
didn't have anything, after they searched, illegally searched the truck.
They ops, man. He told me to do too much. He said, "Yo, face the wall." The whole time. I say, "Yo, what are we doing, man?"
You ain't never seen the NWA fucking movie, man?
Yeah, and I had to realize it was real,
experienced
bro.
it.
But you don't. It's not like that
shit was in
New York
1990
anymore.
something.
It
This is
still goes there.
It's not like that in New York anymore. You don't feel like during the stop and frisk era, it was
No, no,
crazy
no,
for
no,
people
no,
to
Not like
stop
that
on the
no
street.
more.
It's different.
Hell no, not no
New York
more.
is
Really?
more different.
Over now.
Nobody
Different
hops
now.
out, searches you, none of that.
Interesting.
Not-
when
they
I
ain't
lived
go-
out there, that felt like
Not
that
for
was
double
more
parking.
common, yeah.
Not
We,
for
like,
double
we
parking. It's
we
a ticket or,
literally
New York has been defunded,
warning.
bro.
It's a ticket or warning.
You
That's
heard?
it. Like,
New York has been defunded. It's back to the 80s. You know why? Because a cop feels like, damn, I've been trying to get this cocksucker off the streets. He's been shooting people every fucking day, and I finally get him arrested, and due to bail reform, he gets put back out on the streets. So that makes the cops not want to fucking police the streets no more. So when they hear guns going off, I'm not going to get him locked up. His ass going to be back out tomorrow.
Right.
So gunfire, if you got Citizens app, you familiar with that?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Shootings all over fucking New York City.
Damn.
And it's just horrible. I just want to stay in my house, man. I said it's like the City of Gods. You ever seen the movie City of Gods?
I did see that. Yeah.
The Brazilian movie?
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's like when the OGs died off and the young niggas just took over the island and they just did whatever they wanted to do. That's New York City, man. There's no OGs. Them older niggas don't want no problems with them young boys. Who do? If you 40, 35, 40, that means you got kids, you have a respectable life. Who wants to issue with an 18, 19-year-old kid who has nothing to fucking lose, got access to a bunch of guns, and 20, 30 motherfuckers who think just like him?
You were that kid though at one point.
I
right?
was.
Yeah.
I was, but I grew, and I understand that mentality, so I don't come around it.
We need more kids who want to be YouTubers and TikTokers, not shoot 'em up, bang bang bad guys.
right.
That's a fact. I would agree. But unfortunately, the music and the videos that they see creates this, this.
You just took the blame. You just took the
Yeah,
blame.
yeah. It's
like-
all you.
Yeah, it's like,
on me.
you put the blame on all of us.
It
Like,
ain't on me. Why would it be on me?
Hell, Rell had me ready to cop
you
a
said
break.
it's the
Oh, my
videos of the
gosh.
music, but nah, I don't think because then you have to
I
blame
think there's a
movies
parental
and
advisory
things like
sticker
that.
on those,
Yeah, Killer
albums.
Season.
I think
Killer
there's a
Season.
parental advisory
Classic.
sticker on those projects that's being sold, man. Parental advisory stickers that everybody ignores. So that means the parents should be advising these kids not to listen to this stuff, correct?
Right.
Everybody knows the parental advisory. That means that somebody that is a parent should be making sure they don't hear me talking about shooting up a motherfucking dope house.
Yo, I was
That's a
wondering,
parental advisory sticker for a reason, right, ma'am?
ma'am.
I mean, let's follow the protocol.
I was wanted to ask you how you ended up in those fucking early like Lil Reese videos and shit when the drill wave first started popping off. In my
I didn't
head,
even know.
I was like, yo,
was
Hell
like, what
Rell
the
must
fuck?
be
was
their supplier.
futuristic. Nigga said supplier. So I flew all the way to Chicago to supply them with some fucking
You were
drugs.
probably
up.
back and forth all the time. It was just that time you popped in a video.
Hell Rell and the Grim Reaper.
Well, a guy that I know named Phantom that I don't usually do, I don't do business no more, took me out there. And he was telling me about the New York, the drill scene shit. And I don't know what the fuck was going on. When I went out there, that shit was like a whole nother fucking world. So I kind of got to see it front before all this shit took place. I was mind blown. I had 4 or 5 kids standing around me with 30 extendos. I've never seen an extendo in my life. We don't carry extendos in New York. Nigga might have a handgun and might have 8 bullets in it, 10 bullets. but-
That's enough.
Yeah, this nigga had a clip this long.
Right.
I'm like, nah, you good, bro? You good, big bro? You good? And it's like 45, 4, 5, 6, 7 niggas with extendos on them. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Where the fuck am I at, man? And then another nigga come out with the motherfucking chopper, the stick, and put it under the car. I'm like, yo, there's too many guns out here, man.
It's dangerous being the hardest out.
I said, yeah, man. This is before the phrase Chirac is coined.
Right.
So I'm witnessing this shit. And they're telling me, yeah, man, this little nigga right here got 4 bodies under his belt. This little nigga right here, man, he do all the drills because he 13, so he can't do no jail time. So we sent him on all the murders, and I'm just watching and just listening. And when I went back in 2019 and 20, and I realized, I said, wow, I was really a part of Chicago fucking drill history. I'm in actual documentaries, Adam,
Yeah.
on fucking Chicago drill fucking scenes. And I'm around Big, it's a dude named Big Law, R.I.P. Big Law. That's like Big Dirk and them's big homie. Mm-hmm. Got pictures with him, man. And he's like one of the big homies of the BDs in Chicago. He came home and he tried to like organize the gang shit on the way it was in the old days. And unfortunately, you know, the new generation wasn't respecting that, and he met his untimely demise. But it just bugged me out that I got pictures with this motherfucker. I'm like, damn, I got pictures with Little Dirk's big homie. I was in the mix to all this shit. I was in O Block. I didn't know I was in O Block until I went back and looked at the old footage. Damn. I'm like, I'm in O Block. I'm walking through O Block. I'm walking through Lamron. I'm walking through all these fucking streets that I'm hearing in all these new raps.
Right.
So that shit is just amazing to me.
Crazy.
Amazing.
History.
What year was that?
I believe this was probably like 2010, 11. Around the time Chief Keef first got signed. I think he had That's That Shit I Don't Like out.
Okay. Promo time.
Talk about it.
What y'all got? What's coming up?
Golden Triangle 2. Golden Triangle 1 is out already.
I Really
Upstage
Rap
2.
3. We working on, well, I got my solo mixtape coming out, my solo album coming out. I Really Rap 3 coming, and we working on the Upstage Part 2.
Big records, Adam.
And we got this record called History that's crazy with me, Rell, and 40.
Shout
we about
out
to
to
shoot the
Razak, my
video.
producer, man.
We about to
Video
shoot
gonna
the
be
video in Miami next week with Rage. I don't know if you heard of him, director Rage. He just shot the Soulja Boy video with French Montana. Make it clap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
I
shooting
think he
it
did
with him.
Grilling for you too.
Yeah, he did Bird Call for
Call?
me
Yeah.
with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. So we got History.
History.
You know what I mean? But yeah, 40. What you got coming?
Like he said, Upstage 2. I have a battle platform that for like a locals called WRGB where people can tap in, and you know we pay people for battles that we set up and stuff like that. So you can hit my Instagram. It's 40 Cal if anybody's interested, and you know I support the battle rap culture, so that's what I do. But like I said, Upstage 2 and the History joint. I'm telling you, I think a lot of people was gonna be very excited to hear that. How you say it? It's kind of like, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? When you, it's nostalgic when you hear 40 Cal, Rell, and JR going in, like how it back in the days, like when you was like, every verse was like, that's crazy. Word, they killed it. That's what people are definitely gonna look forward to hearing, and that's what we got. So I can't wait for y'all to like the whole world to like preview. Like right. I put a clip on my Instagram, and he called me like, stop, not yet. And like 1,000 people seen that. I ain't tell you. Somebody hit me. It was like, yo, word, that's what you doing? And I was like, nah, chill out.
Yeah,
chill
you
out.
moving fast.
Shit. So that's how static I want everybody to see it. But you know.
But yeah, we got some fire music on the way, and then we got our solos, mixtapes, and albums. You know what I mean? We still cooking, we still moving.
I just
We're
dropped
going to
a
the
new
studio
single
after this.
off the Golden Triangle 2 called The Realest Shit I Ever Wrote.
Shout out to the Golden
So
Triangle.
Apple, Tidal, Spotify, all streaming platforms. So please stream it. First single off the Golden Triangle Part 2.
For sure.
Thank you for having me, Adam, man. This is a dope ass fucking interview, man.
Appreciate you.
This is a joy.
This is like off the
Word,
checklist.
man.
This is like a
a
bucket list.
This shit was like a
we did no jump
a delicacy. You feel me?
We got to do it every time you come back.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And I
When
can't
we
wait.
done with the album, video done, everything done, that'd be dope. I appreciate that, my guy.
Word.
Yes, sir.
That's my fucking boy right now.
It was a great experience just getting to revisit a lot of the classic stuff and just listening to all the new shit.
Yes, sir.
Getting ready for this because you guys are definitely some of my favorite rappers of all time.
We
Appreciate that, bro.
appreciate that, Adam.
My guy.
We know you don't fuck with everybody.
Nobody. Hate everybody.
We know that. Trust me, we know that.
So we had Adam in the hood. Let it be known, we had you in the hood of Harlem. You're solidified. You how you say it? Certified.
Verified.
Verified.
Verified member.
Verified.
He's a verified member.
It occurred
Verified
to me
member.
at a moment there that like maybe I'm not smart moving around like this, but that was fun.
Yo, Adam is crazy. Yo.
My guy.
Anybody
boy.
else would have had a shirt that said "I survived Harlem."
Press
Yo,
like when they're in
Yo,
fucking Afghanistan.
what?
Nah, not you. You were
Shopify jumping off the roof.
Printing Wu-Tang shirts downstairs. That way.
That way.
Hell, Rell.
Appreciate you.
JR Ryder. 40 cal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
No jumper.
No jumper.
Jumper.
Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on
Coolest
YouTube,
podcast in the world. You already know what it is.
Patreon,
Sanaya, I love you.
SoundCloud,
You already know.
iTunes, Spotify, all
Tap
that
in.
shit.
Go
Like,
to
comment,
Triangle 2
subscribe.
on the way.
NoJumper.com if you want to support